I don't think I have if I don't feel better by it. I gotta work tonight. The good thing about tonight.
Hold on. to the show. If you would not mind, go ahead and find yourself a spot, get comfortable, grab a snack, do all that good stuff that we need to do, and we're about to get started. It's not important who I am. What's important is that you are pulling up to the Iron Lords podcast right now as we speak, and I guess I'm here to keep you entertained until it's time to get this show started. So look, y'all done messed up and turned me to an animal, and haters be swearing they real, but come to find out that they really mechanical. And yeah, I be eating these rappers, but that's all a part of me being a cannibal. And they say I'm better than money because you can bank on me being accountable. I know a million rappers that don't want to be on a song with me, that's understandable. I kill a beat and they want to compare me to Freddie and Jason, I'd rather be Hannibal. They be like, why use a video game? Just be original, y'all too dramatical. I know it's random, but I am addicted to flipping the sample and making it flammable. This is that yoga, fire, flame. They think it's arson up in the apartment, they call it department and I get the blame. Still I be running, collecting them rains. You just a target when I'm in the range. I was the hardest to start regardless back when you was messaging people on AIM. Check my vocals, all on Twitter but I'm anti-social. Love my city but I'm still bi-coastal. I got let's switch that up.
What is you doing?
What I want to do?
Don't stop. Nah, that was dope.
I'm just
Keep that going. Keep that going. Nah, go ahead.
Look, I guess you could say that I'm very spoiled. Feeling to be your dog, they ain't very loyal. But I ain't gonna hold you, I ain't here to boil you. You ain't gotta say it, I'm embarrassed for you. Always been a nerd, never been a loser. Making Voltron with a gang of cougars, and I'm going places. Better tell a Uber, cause it's pretty hard to sleep on Freddy Krueger. Let's do that again. Hear ye, man. Welcome to the show. If you would not mind, go ahead and find yourself a spot, get comfortable, grab a snack, do all that good stuff that we need to do, and we're about to get started. It's not important who I am. What's important is that you are pulling up to the Iron Lords podcast right now as we speak, and I guess I'm here to keep you entertained until it's time to get this show started. So look, y'all done messed up and turned me to an animal, and haters be swearing they real, but come to find out that they really mechanical. And yeah, I be eating these rappers, but that's all a part of me being a cannibal. And they say I'm better than money because you can bank on me being accountable. I know a million rappers that don't want to be on a song with me, that's understandable. I kill a beat and they want to compare me to Freddie and Jason, I'd rather be Hannibal. They be like, why use a video game? Just be original, y'all too dramatical. I know it's random, but I am addicted to flipping the sample and making it flammable. This is that yoga, fire, flame. They think it's arson up in the apartment, they call it department and I get the blame. Still I be running, collecting them rains. You just a target when I'm in the range. I was the hardest to start regardless back when you was messaging people on AIM. Check my vocals, all on Twitter but I'm anti-social. Love my city but I'm still bi-coastal. I got let's switch that up.
What is you doing?
What I want to do?
Don't stop. Nah, that was dope.
I'm just
Keep that going. Keep that going. Nah, go ahead.
Look, I guess you could say that I'm very spoiled. Feeling to be your dog, they ain't very loyal. But I ain't gonna hold you, I ain't here to boil you. You ain't gotta say it, I'm embarrassed for you. Always been a nerd, never been a loser. Making Voltron with a gang of cougars, and I'm going places. Better tell a Uber, cause it's pretty hard to sleep on Freddy Krueger. Let's do that again. Hear ye, man. Welcome to the show. If you would not mind, go ahead and find yourself a spot, get comfortable, grab a snack, do all that good stuff that we need to do, and we're about to get started. It's not important who I am. What's important is that you are pulling up to the Iron Lords podcast right now as we speak, and I guess I'm here to keep you entertained until it's time to get this show started. So look, y'all done messed up and turned me to an animal, and haters be swearing they real, but come to find out that they really mechanical. And yeah, I be eating these rappers, but that's all a part of me being a cannibal. And they say I'm better than money because you can bank on me being accountable. I know a million rappers that don't want to be on a song with me, that's understandable. I kill a beat and they want to compare me to Freddie and Jason, I'd rather be Hannibal. They be like, why use a video game? Just be original, y'all too dramatical. I know it's random, but I am addicted to flipping the sample and making it flammable. This is that yoga, fire, flame. They think it's arson up in the apartment, they call it department and I get the blame. Still I be running, collecting them rains. You just a target when I'm in the range. I was the hardest to start regardless back when you was messaging people on AIM. Check my vocals, all on Twitter but I'm anti-social. Love my city but I'm still bi-coastal. I got let's switch that up.
What is you doing?
What I want to do?
Don't stop. Nah, that was dope.
I'm just
Keep that going. Nah, go ahead.
Look, I guess you could say that I'm very spoiled. Feeling to be your dog, they ain't very loyal. But I ain't gonna hold you, I ain't here to boil you. You ain't gotta say it, I'm embarrassed for you. Always been a nerd, never been a loser. Making Voltron with a gang of cougars, and I'm going places. Better tell a Uber, cause it's pretty hard to sleep on Freddy Krueger. Let's do that again. Hear ye, man. Welcome to the show. If you would not mind, go ahead and find yourself a spot, get comfortable, grab a snack, do all that good stuff that we need to do, and we're about to get started. It's not important who I am. What's important is that you are pulling up to the Iron Lords podcast right now as we speak, and I guess I'm here to keep you entertained until it's time to get this show started. So look. Y'all done messed up and turned me to an animal. And haters be swearing they real, but come to find out that they really mechanical. And yeah, I be eating these rappers, but that's all a part of me being a cannibal. And they say I'm better than money because you can bank on me being accountable. I know a million rappers that don't want to be on a song with me, that's understandable. I kill a beat and they want to compare me to Freddie and Jason. I'd rather be Hannibal. They be like, why use a video game? Just be original, y'all too dramatical. I know it's random, but I am addicted to flipping the sample and making it flammable. This is that yoga, fire, flame. They think it's arson up in the apartment, they call it department and I get the blame. Still I be running, collecting them rains. You just a target when I'm in the range. I was the hardest to start regardless back when you was messaging people on AIM. Check my vocals, all on Twitter but I'm anti-social. Love my city but I'm still bi-coastal. Let's switch that up.
What is you doing?
What I wanna do
Don't
here.
stop. Nah, that was dope.
I'm just
Keep that going. Keep that going. Nah, go ahead.
Look, I guess you could say that I'm very spoiled. For them to be your dog, they ain't very loyal. But I ain't gonna hold you, I ain't here to boil you. You ain't gotta say it, I'm embarrassed for you. Always been a nerd, never been a loser. Making Voltron with a gang of cougars. And I'm going places, better tell a Uber. Cause it's pretty hard to sleep on Freddy Krueger. Let's do that again. Hear ye, man. Welcome to the show. If you would not mind, go ahead and find yourself a spot, get comfortable, grab a snack, do all that good stuff that we need to do, and we're about to get started. It's not important who I am. What's important is that you are pulling up to the Iron Lords podcast right now as we speak, and I guess I'm here to keep you entertained until it's time to get this show started. So look. Y'all done messed up and turned me to an animal. And haters be swearing they real, but come to find out that they really mechanical. And yeah, I be eating these rappers, but that's all a part of me being a cannibal. And they say I'm better than money because you can bank on me being accountable. I know a million rappers that don't want to be on a song with me, that's understandable. I kill a beat and they want to compare me to Freddie and Jason. I'd rather be Hannibal. They be like, why use a video game? Just be original, y'all too dramatical. I know it's random, but I am addicted to flipping the sample and making it flammable. This is that yoga, fire, flame. They think it's arson up in the apartment, they call it department and I get the blame. Still I be running, collecting them rains. You just a target when I'm in the range. I was the hardest to start regardless back when you was messaging people on AIM. Check my vocals, all on Twitter but I'm anti-social. Love my city but I'm still bi-coastal. Let's switch that up.
What is you
What I
doing?
wanna do
Don't
here.
stop. Nah, that was dope.
I'm just
Keep that going. Keep that going. Nah, go ahead.
Look, I guess you could say that I'm very spoiled. For them to be your dog, they ain't very loyal. But I ain't gonna hold you, I ain't here to boil you. You ain't gotta say it, I'm embarrassed for you. Always been a nerd, never been a loser. Making Voltron with a gang of cougars. And I'm going places, better tell a Uber. Cause it's pretty hard to sleep on Freddy Krueger. Let's do that again. Hear ye, man. Welcome to the show. If you would not mind, go ahead and find yourself a spot, get comfortable, grab a snack, do all that good stuff that we need to do, and we're about to get started. It's not important who I am. What's important is that you are pulling up to the Iron Lords podcast right now as we speak, and I guess I'm here to keep you entertained until it's time to get this show started. So look. Y'all done messed up and turned me to an animal. And haters be swearing they real, but come to find out that they really mechanical. And yeah, I be eating these rappers, but that's all a part of me being a cannibal. And they say I'm better than money because you can bank on me being accountable. I know a million rappers that don't want to be on a song with me, that's understandable. I kill a beat and they want to compare me to Freddie and Jason. I'd rather be Hannibal. They be like, why use a video game? Just be original, y'all too dramatical. I know it's random, but I am addicted to flipping the sample and making it flammable. This is that yoga, fire, flame. They think it's arson up in the apartment, they call it department and I get the blame. Still I be running, collecting them rains. You just a target when I'm in the range. I was the hardest to start regardless back when you was messaging people on AIM. Check my vocals, all on Twitter but I'm anti-social. Love my city but I'm still bi-coastal. Let's switch that up.
What is you
What I
doing?
wanna do
Don't
here.
stop. Nah, that was dope.
I'm just
Keep
super nervous.
that going. Keep that going. Nah, go ahead.
Look, I guess you could say that I'm very spoiled. For them to be your dogs, they ain't very loyal. But I ain't gonna hold you, I ain't here to boil you. You ain't gotta say it, I'm embarrassed for you. Always been a nerd, never been a loser. Making Voltron with a gang of cougars. And I'm going places, better tell a Uber. Cause it's pretty hard to sleep on Freddy Krueger. Let's do that again. Hear ye, man. Welcome to the show. If you would not mind, go ahead and find yourself a spot, get comfortable, grab a snack, do all that good stuff that we need to do, and we're about to get started. It's not important who I am. What's important is that you are pulling up to the Iron Lords podcast right now as we speak, and I guess I'm here to keep you entertained until it's time to get this show started. So look. Y'all done messed up and turned me to an animal. And haters be swearing they real, but come to find out that they really mechanical. And yeah, I be eating these rappers, but that's all a part of me being a cannibal. And they say I'm better than money because you can bank on me being accountable. I know a million rappers that don't wanna be on a song with me, that's understandable. I kill a beat and they wanna compare me to Freddie and Jason. I'd rather be Hannibal. They be like, why use a video game? Just be original, y'all too dramatical. I know it's random, but I am addicted to flipping the sample and making it flammable. This is that yoga, fire, flame. They think it's arson up in the apartment, they call it department and I get the blame. Still I be running, collecting them rings. You just a target when I'm in the range. I was the hardest to start regardless back when you was messaging people on AIM. Check my vocals, all on Twitter but I'm anti-social. Love my city but I'm still bi-coastal. I got let's switch that up.
What is you doing?
What I wanna do,
Don't
man.
stop. Nah, that was dope.
I'm just
Keep that going. Keep that going. Nah, go ahead.
Look, I guess you could say that I'm very spoiled. For them to be your dogs, they ain't very loyal. But I ain't gon' hold you, I ain't here to boil you. You ain't gotta say it, I'm embarrassed for you. Always been a nerd, never been a loser. Making Voltron with a gang of cougars. And I'm going places, better tell a Uber. Cause it's pretty hard to sleep on Freddy Krueger. Let's do that again. Hear ye, man. Welcome to the show. If you would not mind, go ahead and find yourself a spot, get comfortable, grab a snack, do all that good stuff that we need to do, and we're about to get started. It's not important who I am. What's important is that you are pulling up to the Iron Lords podcast right now as we speak, and I guess I'm here to keep you entertained until it's time to get this show started. So look. Y'all done messed up and turned me to an animal. And haters be swearing they real, but come to find out that they really mechanical. And yeah, I be eating these rappers, but that's all a part of me being a cannibal. And they say I'm better than money because you can bank on me being accountable. I know a million rappers that don't wanna be on a song with me, that's understandable. I kill a beat and they wanna compare me to Freddie and Jason. I'd rather be Hannibal. They be like, why use a video game? Just be original, y'all too dramatical. I know it's random, but I am addicted to flipping the sample and making it flammable. This is that yoga, fire, flame. They think it's arson up in the apartment, they call it department and I get the blame. Still I be running, collecting them rings. You just a target when I'm in the range. I was the hardest to start regardless back when you was messaging people on AIM. Check my vocals, all on Twitter but I'm anti-social. Love my city but I'm still bi-coastal. Let's switch that up.
What is you doing?
What I wanna do,
Don't
man.
stop. Nah, that was dope.
I'm just
Keep that going. Keep that going. Nah, go ahead.
Look, I guess you could say that I'm very spoiled. For them to be your dogs, they ain't very loyal. But I ain't gon' hold you, I ain't here to boil you. You ain't gotta say it, I'm embarrassed for you. Always been a nerd, never been a loser. Making Voltron with a gang of cougars. And I'm going places, better tell a Uber. Cause it's pretty hard to sleep on Freddy Krueger. Let's do that again. Hear ye, man. Welcome to the show. If you would not mind, go ahead and find yourself a spot, get comfortable, grab a snack, do all that good stuff that we need to do, and we're about to get started. It's not important who I am. What's important is that you are pulling up to the Iron Lords podcast right now as we speak, and I guess I'm here to keep you entertained until it's time to get this show started. So look. Y'all done messed up and turned me to an animal. And haters be swearing they real, but come to find out that they really mechanical. And yeah, I be eating these rappers, but that's all a part of me being a cannibal. And they say I'm better than money because you can bank on me being accountable. I know a million rappers that don't wanna be on a song with me, that's understandable. I kill a beat and they wanna compare me to Freddie and Jason. I'd rather be Hannibal. They be like, why use a video game? Just be original, y'all too dramatical. I know it's random, but I am addicted to flipping the sample and making it flammable. This is that yoga, fire, flame. They think it's arson up in the apartment, they call it department and I get the blame. Still I be running, collecting them rings. You just a target when I'm in the range. I was the hardest to start regardless back when you was messaging people on AIM. Check my vocals, all on Twitter but I'm anti-social. Love my city but I'm still bi-coastal. Let's switch that up.
What is you doing?
What I wanna do,
Don't
man.
stop. Nah, that was dope.
I'm just
Keep that going. Keep that going. Nah, go ahead.
Look, I guess you could say that I'm very spoiled. For them to be your dogs, they ain't very loyal. I'ma just chill and watch them and eat snacks in the attic. I wanted to chill with the pack and be like a young whoop, but then they would mistake me for addict. If I can imagine it's cool to give you some advice, then invite your girl to your squadron. Cause if you don't give her that option, you gon' be single player like Sovereign. You gon' get tossed in the bushes by King David. Royalty and not a pretender. Detrimental to an elemental, what's an avatar to a knee bender? I gotta be me though. I know it's my destiny, word to Carnito. Who cares if you fly, if you still a mosquito? You swear you ain't stuntin', but really be Steve-O. You like to collect stuff and that's cool, but I got bad news. Even if you really was that dude, King David still be the king of the statues. Since a juvenile, I've been cursed with a curse to be musical. And if you hate it, we'll meet in the crucible. Other than that, then it's cool and it's beautiful. We let you know that your dreams are pursuable. Whatever you wanna do, then it's doable. If you got work on a Sunday, it's suitable. Cause you can listen to this in your cubicle on the Lord's Day. Woo. If you got work on a Sunday, it's suitable. Cause you can listen to this in your cubicle on the Lord's Day.
All right. I'm on it. I'm like, go, Sovereign, go. Live, damn it. Welcome to episode 198 of the Iron Lord podcast. What's up, everybody? I am your stand-in host today, Lord Sovereign. Standing in for the boss, Lord Cognito. If you guys have been following him on Twitter, you know that he's had some surgery this week, and he's in recovery, and he's, of course, left the animals to run wild this week. and you guys are the privileged ones to have to deal with that. So again, welcome to episode 198. I cannot believe we're 2 episodes away from 200.
It's craziness.
Yo, this is bonkers, right? It just goes by like nothing. It's been like 3 years. Like, where is it gone?
Craziness.
Oh, man. So let me welcome to the realm this week. Returning. We have 2 guests. The other guest is in the bushes right now who'll be here in a minute. But we have, I like to call a free agent extraordinaire. Lady Ericutz for the win, returning to the realm. Lady Erica, thank you for coming back. It's been a minute. What have you been up to?
It has been. It's been what, maybe over a year or something like that? It's been a minute. Free agent, what was that? Free agent extraordinaire.
Extraordinaire. You out there doing your thing.
Yeah, I like that. Thank you guys for having me. It's awesome to be back. I can't wait to just talk games with you guys. And yeah, I'm showing a little love for Sony today. Try to give them some support. Sure. They need it.
they need support today.
Listen,
they might.
I haven't been paying attention.
I don't get support right now. They on life support, so they need you to just walk over and pull a plug.
Yeah.
I'm gonna try, especially until the other guest gets here. I'm gonna have to hold it down. But
for sure.
Yeah.
So
thanks for having me.
We never know with that guest. Sometimes he could be on the other side of history.
I think he's on the right side of wrong with me.
I know. These are going to be some interesting interactions today. This is for sure.
Let's get this super chat.
No doubt. We have actually 2 super chats. I have that one. We have Titan 2793 with the $5 super chat. Royalty free Cognito. Use your intro style on Zoom. I was the man. Keep them coming. So Cognito, yes, Cognito is always imitated. So fantastic that you were able to get some love from that. And I will pass that along to the boss. Then we have the Living Flame, $5 super chat. Hear ye. Oh no. Jim Clown Shoes Ryan has declared that the Xbox ecosystem is the best place to play. I hope everyone kept those games to PC energy.
Yo, I done told you your man was compliant from the day I saw him. I knew where he was at. Geppetto.
Why is he Geppetto?
Geppetto is you know who he is.
Yeah, of course. He's the puppet master.
He's the puppet master. Your man, the puppet.
You know what's funny?
Ryan is Pinocchio.
I was watching a podcast the other day. I can't remember what it was, and Dead Singer was in there. Dead Singer called him Jim Dance with man, I already forgot his name.
Yeah, Jim Dance.
Yo,
right?
Listen.
And what's funny is like everyone in there, I guess that's the first time they've ever heard it. They couldn't stop laughing. Like,
yeah, I read a couple of articles, right? And it's funny because even like regular journalists say things in the vein of dancing around things. Like
oh wow,
like Jim Ryan was dancing around this topic or whatever. I'm like, oh my god.
Dance moves right.
Strikes again.
I'm telling you, man. If you don't know my verbiage, you will get my verbiage. You will understand my nickname.
The Book of X.
My man Blaze, what's going on, baby?
What up, bro? Yo, my fault. Zoom is all weird. I sign in. It's under my son's name because he uses Zoom for school.
Oh, you were in the classroom?
I wanted you to hear the song that I bopped into, man. I knew you would love this song too, man. I was holding out hope for hope, man. I'm gonna let you hear it at the end, but it's a serious bop tune. It's a serious
no
bop
doubt.
tune. My
no
man
doubt.
CJ definitely popping right now.
Let me get these super chats and I introduce Blaze. We got Michael, aka Bedside Finest, with the $10 super chat. Good morning, Lords. I'm just enjoying vacation with my wife in Vegas, but we're heading back to San Diego. So we're listening to the Iron Lords as we head back. 4.5-hour drive, Lords, and Xbox gang, 100%. Yeah, I don't know if we're gonna give you a 4.5-hour show today.
Oh no, we're not gonna give you 4.5 hours, but we're gonna get you halfway home.
We might get you halfway there. Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. You get a couple of rest stops.
Bro,
we can't be doing that 4-hour stuff.
I got a couple of scoldings last week, boy. Good Lord, it was not a good situation here. Then we have a Smitty Smith with the $2 super chat. Salute, Lords, Lord Cognito, heal up, brother. Yes, sir. Lord, Cog, this is where all your Patreon money goes to. I hope Cog, you guys donate to us and take care of us. And Cog said he needed a little work done, so he was like,
Don't listen to yo, I'm gonna stop that right now.
Yo, in a couple of weeks, I'm gonna show y'all my liposuction.
Listen, stop that, because you got goofy dudes that actually believe that crap.
Keep it coming.
Someone's gonna clip that. They're gonna be like, see, look what's going on.
These damn Iron Lords.
And
about to show up with Botox.
My lips gonna be all like this.
Nah, just stop. Let's next. Please. Let's get to Blaze.
Then we got Hustle and Motivate, $5 super chat. Hashtag troubleshooters in the building. Also, Jim Dance Moves Ryan, aka Jimmy John Man Ryan. Oh my Lord.
Yeah.
He's about to be on fire.
Let this man out his name. We got Smitty Smith again.
He don't watch.
Today, Lord King, on this day, we ride out on these fools. Hashtag bayonets up and Book of X is in hand. Salute.
We understand what today means.
Oh my Lord.
We acknowledge time of death.
Erica, you still have time to change your shirt if you want. I mean, just
man. I'll think about it.
All she has to do is just go get a red marker.
Then we have the medic with the $5 super chat. Eating brunch while listening to ILP is a perfect start to a lazy Sunday. Also got my ILP swag in early this week. Fantastic. Beautiful, sir. Thank you for supporting, sir.
Appreciate it.
All right. And of course, we have our second guest returning to the realm. PlayStation Nation's own RGT podcast member, co-host of the Solid Cast with the brother Lord Solid Rev, and Boston's finest, Blaze 4K. What's up, brother? You gotta, King. Hold on. We gotta say, King. You gotta do it.
What?
You gotta do it.
Do what?
Sony baby.
Oh, Sony baby.
Thank you.
I'll never forget when I was watching that reaction, man. When that happened, it's when I officially lost it. I lost all hope for King when he did that.
Blaze, what up, brother? What's going on, man?
Everything good, man. How you guys doing? What happened with Cog?
Cog had surgery during the week, so he's in the bushes.
Surgery, but surgery is a major surgery. If you have to, but he was a walk or whatever. Just very minor stuff. So y'all guys don't have to worry too much. Everything was sterile. He wasn't exposed to COVID.
Yeah.
Everything's good. He's recovering very well. We just had to tell him that he can't show up today. He had to sit down. He has to relax, and he does a hell of a lot. So he needs his time off to sit down and relax.
Exactly. Executive decisions were made, and that was that. Yeah, but I hope he's not listening though, because if he starts laughing, it's not gonna be a good situation.
Yeah, right. So we might bust your stitches. So hey, bro. Don't listen to me. I'll bust your stitches.
Not today.
He's definitely listening because I'm on the ILP account and he just tagged
he's
something.
Like,
so he's definitely listening because that wasn't me. So
he's here. Yeah, he's here. Don't laugh.
So Blaze, man, what have you been up to, brother? What's going on?
Bro, I've been holding the line, bro.
Really? Has it been a tough week, sir?
Been a very hard week, man. Very hard week. Look, I've been good. It's just, everybody thinks, we're gonna get into it, but
Yeah, I know
Jim Ryan's a fraud, bro.
Yeah, just hold it. We're gonna get to that. We're gonna get to that. See, like I tell you, the reason why I love this man, because he's not gonna fraud. He's not gonna fraud for nobody. You know, you got a lot of dudes that's on that side of the camp that'll sit in front of the camera and be like, yo, X, Y, and Z, and try to act like it's one way, but he's gonna tell the truth. And I really respect that. Because it's a lot of dudes in your camp that like to clip my clips and like to hold my name and to like to run around with my name in their mouth, and they don't really give it up. So you really do, and you really a gamer because you actually, you know, had a PlayStation Pro when you was repping PlayStation, and some dudes wasn't. Just, you know, a lot of shots. I want them to clip that part.
We need the mods to jump in here and get whoever is on the Iron Lords podcast account writing fraudery in the chat. Sav is not fired. I don't know who that is writing Sav is fired in the chat. And big shout out to Blizzard's own Mike Ibarra in the chat. Thank you, my brother. It's been a minute since we've heard from you in our chat, so thank you for coming through. So I forgot to ask Erica and of course Blaze, what have you guys been playing? What's been on the docket as of late?
Oh man, well, I beat Little Nightmares 2 last night, which was awesome.
It's a nice game.
It's a mind trip.
Yeah.
I played the first one, and so I was looking forward to the second one. Really creepy moments, the atmosphere. I mean, what they did with that game, I felt like they kind of went beyond the first game as far as like creativity and it's crazy when you play it. Like you'll notice like the depth of view or depth of field.
Right.
They do things with it where like the background will be blurry or the foreground, and there's something about that like makes it creepier the way they do it. So I noticed that they really went all out. It was a good game. I played that, beat that, and then I played the Outriders demo. I don't know if you guys did.
I actually did not know.
No,
I did. I'll go into it on my side.
Yeah. I was pleasantly surprised. I guess I didn't really have expectations going in or something. I just didn't really know what to think. But it was actually a good time.
You'll have to forgive Erica. She doesn't know any better.
No.
Oh,
wait a minute. Okay, so
so
for me, the big thing with Outriders is how much of the loot feels like a looter shooter, even though they say it's not.
She's the target audience.
I might be.
Right.
Might be.
The target audience because they want fresh eyes. Like she said, she had no expectations for it, you know, and she's pleasantly surprised. So with that being said, you're the person that they're targeting. You know, they're not targeting me, or they're not targeting somebody that's a division head. They understand why our loyalties lie. They're targeting you where you I
ain't got no loyalties.
Right.
I don't.
Not at all.
You have the fresh eyes to it, and
fresh eyes.
You'll definitely be on to it. So yeah.
Oh, so this is something I should try then. And then this is something I should try.
Yes.
Maybe.
I'll get to it.
Yeah, because I've played Division 2. I like it with friends. It's a good time. It's cool. But like you said, like the loyalty type thing, where I'm on it, grinding all the time. I don't do that.
Yeah.
So
yeah. God bless.
Yeah, that ain't me. So Outriders, it was cool. It was kind of funny, kind of cheesy story and things like that. But it's kind of like it had me laughing. So I was like, I took it as a good thing. It was a good time. And then besides that, just been kind of the occasional Gears. I'm always on Gears. So that's my kind of go-to multiplayer. But yeah, that's
were you disappointed with that tease that turned out not to be Gears 2 remake, remaster?
You know, we expected it. We did not expect no Gears 2 remake. I mean, we saw the picture and it had the same, you know, they're holding the cog tags kind of the same way the Gears 2 cover art did. But in the back of my head, I'm like, don't, Erica, don't believe it. Don't, because they
trust them.
Don't trust it because they constantly disappoint. So sure enough, it's just the Operation 6, which is the multiplayer.
That's right.
Like the new season. Yeah. So.
And what about you, Blaze? What you been blazing, my man? What you been blazing, brother?
I've been playing Roll Company. That's just my multiplayer game.
Yes, sir. I know.
I've been playing mini golf on the computer with everybody. Like I know it sounds stupid, but golf on the computer, like mini golf, man, fun.
Golf is fun to play.
I had my PlayStation. The what was that? Power Shots that I was playing on my Vita.
Hot shots.
Hot shots on that Vita. Boy, you couldn't tell me anything. That was my joint.
I bought 2K you know, I didn't know 2K makes golf now. Like the, you know, like the Tiger.
They took over the PGA license.
Yeah, that shit's fire too. But bro, it's
Language,
dry.
sir.
It's dry
Hey,
out
the Lord's
here,
Day, sir. The Lord's Day, sir.
Language. Go ahead. No, I know. Don't worry. He's so comfortable.
Yeah, because I know because Cog gonna start texting me like.
Cog, my
Get
fault,
him
Cog,
out of
my
there.
fault, bro. But it's dry. It's very dry, man. It's very dry.
Is it?
There's nothing to play, man. No matter what console you got, there's 0 games.
Nah, that's not true. But I mean, you already know I'm gonna tell you that's not true. But
what are you playing? No, King, what are you playing, King?
Well, I'm gonna get to that when he calls me up. I'll get to that. It's actually every week I literally leave out like 10 games off my list. Be honest with you. You know, that I've been actually playing, touching, and, you know, enjoying.
Yo, look at Blaze's face. Like,
I'm not gonna lie. When Sovereign, you know, gives me my intro, then
all right, and of course we have the Lords of the Realm minus the boss in the building. We have the Young Wolf, the co-host of the ILP, Lord Attic, who I believe is in the bushes. So he's not gonna be talking very much today. But Lord Attic, are you there, sir?
Yes, I'm here.
What's going on, brother? I know you don't feel great.
A little under the weather. You know, pretty much the only thing I've been playing for like the past 3 weeks is Dragon Quest 11.
Yes.
I finally beat it after 3 weeks of playing that game religiously.
Salute to this man. Like this man Blaze is
what's crazy is like
he calls me last night. He goes, "Yo, I beat it." I said, "Yo, I am such a fraud."
Yo,
I said, I just made it into the city after coming down off the mountain.
Yeah. I was like, what was your playtime? He was like, 100 hours.
Yes.
So, man.
It was like 80 something, almost 90. But it was just like I felt like that game was never ending. Like
I think that's a lot of people's take on it. Like it's like it just keeps going and going and going.
It's just one of those games that like, and then they have like a pre-ending that's not the actual ending.
Right.
It's so
That's nice.
So you don't have a lot of people that's like, oh, if you don't beat both the bosses, you didn't really beat Dragon Quest. Which at first I didn't understand that concept, but when I played it, I'm like, okay, they're kind of right. Like
yeah, that game is, and this is the full sort of, this is everything. This is the full package, right? The one that's in Game Pass, right?
Yeah.
Yes, sir. They don't skimp out in Game Pass. It's not like, you know, they give you a portion of the game and then, you know, you get a timer like EA Access. You have played your 10 hours of gameplay. Now you must pay. No.
Yeah, I tell you, like I'm frauding on JRPGs, man. It's such a time sink. I'm like, when can I even begin to think about starting a JRPG? And really, like, I stopped playing FF7, and now that upgrade is coming, I'm like, all right, I'll continue now. But I
never started.
Oh, that's right. It hasn't come out for you, King. That's right.
It won't come out for me until the next consoles. You know, and that's a whole fact. You know, especially for what they do.
All right, so since this is the topic, we'll talk about it quickly. What do you feel about the Yuffie little episode? King Attic, what do you feel about the Yuffie episode being exclusive to PlayStation? I don't know how I feel about these little episodes, PlayStation buying, you know, I don't know, maybe 7 hours of content, maybe. I don't know, like it feels petty. I don't like it. I don't like it.
Okay, first of all, if Microsoft did something like that, they would have been picketing in the street. This is something we expect from Sony. They do little spiteful things like this, and they force you to you know, buy into the ecosystem, where I believe that philosophy is dead. We're gonna get to that topic.
Yeah.
I when I saw it, I said, well, I wasn't buying it for you guys anyway. I'm gonna force them to release their content on another you know, console, which they probably might do when they become a publisher. So it is what it is.
Wow.
You know,
listen, man, I don't even scoff when King says things anymore, man. It's too much has come to pass, bro. And I'm the one that always scoffs at what he says.
Everything I said is true.
So with that, let's transition to the incredible hug of the ILP, the king of the statues, the beloved Lord King. What's going on, brother?
Oh man, first of all, I'm gonna do this. Ooh. Second of all, I'm gonna hit you with the turn the beat around.
What we got?
Let me see that goblin.
That's fantastic.
That is $1,500 of XM Studios beautiful green goblin. I'm gonna thank everybody that showed up yesterday for that live unboxing. Smitty Smith is the realest dude. You see him super chat here. He super chats over there, and it's not even about the super chat. It's just about the man supports me in a great manner, and a lot of people do. You don't, not even if you super chat. It's not even about that. It's about you coming through and showing some support. And you know, these high end collectibles, not everybody, because you know, dude on Twitter was like, "Yo, King, you should put up these pictures." First of all, whenever I put up a picture, that's for promo for you to go watch the show. All right. And I'm not sitting there and I'm not doing the cleaning up the pictures and all that other stuff. I don't. I'm just giving you a peek into my life. And for the collectors who actually collect, they know what the statue looks like. When they watch it, they say, okay, let me put the order in. Let me get the statue if I can, because it's a low edition size. There's only 238 of them made. Very low. So fantastic statue. Second, I want to say to Everborn, my man, my brother, the guest that was on the show last week. Please, everyone, again, go to everbornsaga.com and order some swag, order the books. I got this stuff so fast, these books so fast. He personalized the stuff to me. Fantastic shipping, great story, great
fantastic story.
You see the game, because we didn't get a chance to show the game last week, so you get a chance to see the game. It's a fantastic run for a young entrepreneur realizing his dreams, and he's our comrade. He's making games. He's making what we dream to do. I know everybody sits around and we complain about certain games, what we would do. Well, he's actually taking that same energy and putting it forth and getting it done. I saw Canelo versus his sparring partner yesterday. And literally that's his sparring partner. That's literally
he made sure his man got the bag too. That's
exactly.
Bro, he sat on that chair and said no more.
That it was absolutely disgusting. What y'all guys got a chance to watch was when you saw Floyd. Floyd did this before too with Andre Berto, and that was his last official fight when he fought Andre Berto, and they made up this fake thing that Andre Berto was having, relations with one of his ex-girlfriends or his girlfriend, and trying to make it a thing. And they built the fight up, and it was millions of dollars on the line. And people was complaining, saying that can't be your last fight with this, that, and the third. This guy, he's not a match. Andre Berto is a real fighter. This dude last night was not. I mean, anybody who puts on the gloves, it goes in the ring, you risk your life, right? I'm saying that. But this guy was literally there just for the bag. He got a couple of $1 million to fight his literal sparring partner. He got hit with a couple of shots, knocked down, and just didn't come out. I know Blaze, I know you saw it. I know you saw us off.
I saw bits and pieces of it. I had it on the computer. I didn't have any sound on. But it just looked like a thrashing. But again, like seeing how he was kind of keeping that distance and not engaging, and then when he finally did hit him with something, it was just again. Let's just say that I'm glad I did not. I didn't pay full price for that.
He was going to the body a lot, man.
He was.
Really hurting him, man.
Yeah.
He was. But man, I mean, I guess I don't know if this is the results of COVID or whatever but it's just we need to start making some better fights.
Well, as you notice, I haven't been doing my combat talk with the kids. Because of COVID and how COVID has affected my my passion, my chosen sport to love. So this is a result of certain things like that. But hopefully he gets a chance to fight Jamal Charlo, and he can actually step up to the fight. I think he would try to take the Errol Spence route.
Right.
And if he ever does that, either one of those two is a super dangerous fight. I think he has a better chance at beating Spence opposed to beating Charlo. I think Charlo beats the brakes off him.
He's just physically stronger. Spence is stronger. Spence is a technician for sure.
Yeah, he's a slower footer fighter. Right. So I think Canelo has more fleet of foot and will have more hand speed going into it. So I think he poses a bigger threat towards Errol Spence.
Okay.
But, all right, so what I've been playing, guys. Oh man, so Blaze asked me what I was playing. So we all know Destiny. So we know Destiny is my college job that I grind, and I'm taking midterms every week, and every week is a final test, and doing different things with Destiny. So, and my console choice. Come on, brothers. Anyway, so I played Outriders demo. Oh, King, you don't ever play demos. This is true. This is true. I played Little Monsters. I will go through my list. I play the Baleen. What's that? The Baleen Company game. That demo. What is that? The Baleen Company.
Oh, Baleen Wonderworld. Yeah,
Baleen Wonderworld. Yo, Super Lucky's Tale. I'm a junkie for that. And Sniper Elite. All the games that was in the boost mode, I played.
Yeah. I told you about that boost mode.
Yeah, I went back. Yeah.
You said Super Lucky still?
Yes, sir. Well, there's nothing wrong with that.
No, good game. Great game.
I was about to say, I was playing at 120 frames per second free. 120 frames per second free. But okay, so let's get to this Outriders demo that I touch.
Okay.
The game is not for me.
Okay.
Because
really?
It's absolutely not, because it tries to be everything. And I noticed when Erica said she was pleasantly surprised, she's a Gears head.
I am.
Automatically from the rip, before the powers kick in, it feels like a rip off of Gears. And
a couple things, but go ahead.
Right, a couple of things. It just give you a familiarity to the game, like when you slide behind cover. The going behind cover and coming out from behind cover is so smooth. The running is open. The world looks very nice. And then I felt a bit of Division. It felt like Division as well.
It feels like it's super fast compared to like a Gears or even a Division. Like it almost felt like, just watching it, it felt like it took that, and it almost felt like, do you remember Vanquish, like the way Vanquish moves from cover to cover like that fast? It really
how you be sliding into the next cover. So that's what it feels like. I went to check the field of view. You can't open it wider to 104 or 105, so it's exactly wherever it's at. It's probably somewhere around 80 or 90, and the world is realized in a good manner. It looks like a PlayStation 3 game at 60 frames per second.
Why not a 360 game? Why you gotta say PS4?
I gotta be PlayStation 3, right?
Yeah.
Well,
they don't look that bad.
Oh my god.
The reason why I say a PlayStation 3 game, because I thought PlayStation 3 had real sharp graphics, right? And I thought PlayStation 3, like, because I'm thinking about Dragon Dogma, right?
Yeah.
So I'm looking at the characters, how they're made up with the polygons with the hair and stuff like that.
Where you play that, King?
Dragon Dogma?
No. Where'd you play the demo?
Oh, on Series X.
Okay, I played on PC. That's why I was asking.
Oh, okay, yeah. So it felt, that's what the character models look like that and felt like that to me. Right. And but the world looks very nice. The frame rate is really good. In certain cutscenes it drops a little bit, but when I got to the powers, I said, okay, now I'm getting to the meat and the grind of the game, where they put you in this little battlefield that I felt kind of cheesy. Like she said, it felt really cheesy. And I'm fighting these guys, and I took my powers. I took the fire power, and I'm like, okay, I'm throwing the fire, and I'm doing this, and I'm doing that. And I'm like, this is what Division needed. So this might, being that Division is stagnant, this will pull all of the Division crowd in. And I believe this is this, because I couldn't find a space for it. I was like, I don't know what space it would take. I think this is going to steal every last Division player's attention and give new hope to a beginning. And this might be that solid number 2 that we need to, when Destiny have its all time, or it might be your solid number 1 to take over for Division. So if you're a Division head and you really like Division and you just didn't like the spongy nature of some of the enemies, this might be your outlet, and this might be it for you. I'm going to give it another run. I'm going to check it out a little bit more, and I'm going to see the other subclasses. But I think this pulls from Division's fan base, and this might be it right here.
King, you should try the Trickster, the dude with the blue ability,
like the one that's like a hunter for the
yeah, bro. Yeah. It was so much better, bro. And by the way, not to disrespect Gears, because I love Gears,
right?
But it felt like these are the guys that made Bulletstorm, by the way, and they worked on Gear, and they worked on Gears.
Fly.
Yeah,
they did Judgment. Yeah.
But it felt like if Gears evolved in terms of the faster movement and stuff like that. It was okay, bro. Like I like the blood. I like it looked like you're right though. It did like if you hit the inventory, it looked like Destiny, right? If you the cover looked like Division and Gears. It looked like they're grabbing from every game. You're right.
Sir. Yes.
But so it didn't look that bad, bro. I mean,
it didn't look that bad.
See. I have reverence for the PlayStation 3. I have huge reverence for the PlayStation 3. I don't see that's like a blight in a Sony fan base head. That's not a blight in my head. I paid $700 for the console. I stood outside for the console. I rode for the first one when they released it. I don't care about that. I really thought it was very good. High points in the PlayStation 3. Don't take when I say the PlayStation 3 models. I thought PlayStation 3 had a sharpness to it with certain games, and then when you got into the games, you saw certain character models. I'm just talking about the character models. I know they went a certain route with it to keep that speed and that frame rate up. And when you have your 3 people in your party and you have the people in the world, I saw things that made my eyebrow go up and say, "Dag, this will knock out Division off of my desktop. This is going to come off of this because usually I keep it in my home screen, Division 2, and I haven't been playing it. This might take that out. This might be the thing."
That's crazy.
Interesting.
To me. Yeah, it's very interesting because to me, like again, everything that I heard, like if you just look at this game from the outside, you immediately think it's in that vein, right? It's that Destiny, it's that Division 2, and then when they started talking about no, it's not that. I'm like, wait a minute, okay, so what is the loop? How are people like if you're saying could be a replacement for people who are Division fans? Where is that loop then? Where is that loop?
It's loop there. Like you get the clothing, you get the guns. You get the stuff,
but it's just a finite thing. It's not like a forever thing.
Yeah, but at the same time, it has a beginning and it has an end. From what they're saying,
that's what I love.
Got the deep in it, but then they're saying they have extra spots that takes it beyond. So that beyond content is where we're gonna see it live or die. That's all.
Right, you know what? When a game like this comes by, I wasn't even thinking about Outriders. So the fact that I downloaded, play it, and it was actually enjoyable. I'm like, oh, like when the game's not on my radar and I actually like it.
Yeah,
it's a good thing.
Yeah, it's definitely a good thing. And to me, I mean, it's one of our topics later on, right? But when you look at a game like Anthem going away, and this kind of looking like that type of game, but not being that type of game.
Exactly.
I don't even mention Anthem, please.
It's definitely one of those things where it's like, okay, they got it right. They didn't hop on that bandwagon too late and then realize as they're going to release the game, 5 years later after the zeitgeist that no, this is not the thing anymore. Exactly. Nobody's going to gravitate to this. So I'm glad for that because I don't want to see another game just die. Like I really don't. And we'll get into that later on.
Hold on. Let me give a shout out to 108 Dragons TV.
Oh, no doubt. Yeah, debut
in the Dragons Den podcast. Yo, go check it out. He's check it out. See what you like about it. Talk to him. Let him help craft this show into what he wants it to be.
Yeah.
He needs feedback. He wants eyes on it. And please go check it out. Go check it out. 108 Dragons. He's a friend of the realm. He's a family member. So just go check it out and see what you like about it and give feedback.
One of the most charismatic dudes, period, in the entire community. Like he's out there.
Yeah, that's my dude.
He was rocking that onesie too. Did you see the video with him?
I told him get off of TikTok. I told him get off.
He said no, you can get rid of that.
Yeah, I told him don't ever get on TikTok again. He shouted me out. He was like, go to hell. But he jumped in my party last night. I was in a party like around 3:00 in the morning. He jumped in my party last night whispering, yo, did you see 108 Dragons? I'm like, why are you whispering? Get out of here whispering.
All right, so let's get these. We have a bunch of super chats. Thank you guys. So we'll go back to Smitty Smith with the $10 super chat. Jim Ryan. Hey Smitty, can I talk to you for a moment? Smitty, sure, man. What's on your mind? Jim Ryan, man, I'm bringing the whole slate of PS5 games to PC. Smitty, and the truth shall make you free. Smitty has too much time on his hands.
My God.
He really does have too much time on his hands.
I love him.
Then let's give a big shout out and put the crest in the chat for Drunken Ninja. Welcome to the realm, sir. Thank you so much, brother. Much appreciated. Then we got Perfect Shogun with a little smoke. Gentlemen, let's behave. Shout out to the heartless coward that called me a sensitive and then reported me for jokes and got my account banned. Speedy recovery, Lord Cog. Gentlemen, let's behave. All of us, it's all jokes. This is what happens when escalating conversations happen in the chat and you take it to places it need not go. It's fun, it's games, it's jokes. Let's keep it there. If we see anything out of pocket in our chat, you know we're just striking it. So please behave. It's all love. Especially in the realm, is all love. So stop it. Right. Then we got Cac Daddy with the $5 super chat. Since Final Fantasy was brought up, Final Fantasy 12 has the worst combat system in the series. Thoughts? Anybody? Thoughts on Final Fantasy 12?
It definitely does. He's telling the truth.
He's telling the truth.
Attic stupid. It definitely.
Attic came out of his stupor like it's the truth. Then we got something else, Attic.
He's not lying there, man.
He's not lying.
I don't like this whispering Attic. I don't know.
The man.
He got to rest his voice.
Got to rest his voice when he really needs it.
He got that ASMR voice going.
Yes, I'm gonna mute my mic after that one, Eric.
OnlyFans incoming from Attic. Let's go. We got Regulator. Regulator with the $2 super chat. Hit the like button for the best Sunday podcast. Thank you, sir. Much appreciated. Then we got Raiden Blade. Welcome to the realm, sir. Put the crest in the chat for Raiden Blade. Thank you, sir, for calling me an old man. Yes, my glasses are on. I am officially in the bushes today.
My glasses would be just like
I have no shame today. I can't see a damn thing.
Just think I'm putting these over.
Then we got Raiden Blade with the £5 super chat. Thank you, sir. Hey, King, can I finally make a comment in color and join the family? Well, yes, you have, sir. We appreciate that. Then we got the Everborn Saga with the $2 super chat. What's good, party people? Get well soon, Cog. Thank you, brother. And thank you for all that merch. Fantastic. As King was saying, it's the fastest shipping he's ever gotten in his life.
Yo, his shipping is the most amazing. Yo, I don't know, was Blaze here? Blaze wasn't here when I gave a shout out to Everborn Saga. I don't know if you watched last week. Again, guys, I'm gonna tell you, Everborn Saga, go check it out.
Fantastic.
He was, I guess, last week. He has comic books, he has merch. He's building a great, fantastic ecosystem. Blaze, go check him out. I know you're gonna love the dude. You've seen him on Twitter in the timelines. He's very conscious, but he's making a video game, and the brother needs our support. I'm part of his Kickstarter, so please, guys. And I did it under my daughter's name because I want my daughter to understand that wherever you are in this life, because I told her to watch the episode, keep your dreams alive, no matter what. And his story about he was driving to the city and his friend in the car, and his friend, had something on him, and his life could have took a different turn.
Yeah.
Without and his
much different.
That the dude with the Windows he made on the Windows phone?
Yeah.
Yes.
Wow. Okay. Yeah.
Yes.
Dope,
you know now, right?
Yeah. I was watching. Bro.
Yeah. So definitely, please support. Just I don't care if you go buy anything. Even if you don't super chat today or whatever you don't do, just find $20 in your couch cushions, like I said last week, and go get the comic book, because I swear I know it's gonna be worth something in this lifetime, or even if you're just doing it just to read it and support. Great story.
Yeah, absolutely. Great story. It's when you think about the work that it takes to create an entire world and lore for all these characters, backstory, origins, like that, my head hurts just thinking about the amount of work that went into that. And the fact that he's finally realizing it on so many fronts. I talk about comics, anime, games, like that is crazy, man. That is crazy. Big up to Everborn for sure. Let's get the rest of these super chats. We got Slow-Mo with the $5 super chat. With Outriders, with Outriders like Anthem, the powers are the main way to do combat. Your guns are secondary. The guns are important when your skills are on cooldown. That's cool. I like that.
Yo,
I like
right.
Yeah, that's
I like
true.
that back and forth.
I want to know his real opinion on it, being that he's a division head. I really want to know his real opinion on it. I thought he was going to go a little bit deep. I thought he was going to come for me, to be honest with you.
I caught him in the chat when you were speaking, King, and he said hell no.
Okay.
He didn't agree. I don't think.
Yeah, no, he's a super fan for that.
He's probably staying there, I guess.
Yeah, he's not going nowhere.
Slow-Mo's direction and the side he's always on is whatever is against Destiny. So
Oh,
Oh my God.
Then we got the Raiden Blade once again with the £5 super chat. I love the midweek podcast with Gaz and Asa. Loved your guys' history, always fire. Also, hide us out. Thank you, sir. And the rest of today's cast. Listen, man, if you like midweek podcasts, just stay tuned. That's all I have to say. Stay tuned. Then we got Stitch with the $5 super chat. It's all fun and games until you can't download COD on your PS5. Dad's Move Ryan, the Book of X.
We'll get to that, Smith. We're going to get to that.
Then we have The Living Flame with the $2 super chat. I'm just saying, Kenna will be a true banger on PC.
Facts.
Wow.
That game is looking beautiful.
Beautiful, but the caveat was PC.
Yep.
But it looks gorgeous. I'm super excited for that game.
Yeah, the cutscenes look great.
Have fun on the Epic Game Store, buddy.
He said have fun on Epic. Yeah, that's for sure.
You better have that launcher.
Then we got Smitty once again. Smitty on fire today with the $10 super chat. I would like to share some words of comfort of PlayStation Nation that so passionately shared with us for a while. Exclusives. Just build a PC. There's no need for a PlayStation. Oh my God.
It's the opposite. It's definitely the opposite, but okay.
Yeah, all PlayStation dudes have a powerful PC. Remember that.
I'm getting sick, man. I need.
You got the mask.
He's like, hold up, man.
All PlayStation dudes have a serious rig.
It's getting very, very smoky in the room. Very smoky. A lot of smoke. All right. As for me, of course, Lord Saab ILP, coerced as always to host the show. You know, it's always I'm not the co-host with the co-most, but here I am. You know, so but I appreciate Cog's confidence in me. So this week I didn't get a chance to play damn near anything. It's been a crazy week, as my weeks usually are. But yesterday I had my nephew staying over with us, and I haven't seen him or spent significant amount of time with him for a while, just because of COVID, trying to stay distance and whatnot. But he stayed with me last night, and his thing
How
is
big is Justin?
Oh no, Justin is a man already. This is the baby. So this is Christopher.
You talking about the baby?
Yeah, he's Christopher,
okay, well,
but he's 8. He's 8.
All right, let's. Okay, so this is how long ago I haven't seen, because I never seen this baby.
Yeah, you never seen this baby. Yeah.
So I remember Justin when we was going to get games, and he'll be like, "Yo, like you must have been Theo, like you."
Oh yeah, for sure. It was. They love me, and this one is the same way, because he knows when he comes here, he's gonna have a smorgasbord of things to play. Because I mean, because my sister's she doesn't like letting him have a lot of electronics. She likes them to go out and stuff like that, and she doesn't want to bother with balancing it. Yeah. So he has his 3DS. And I got them a couple of the mini consoles, but beyond that, like a couple of years ago, I got them both Switch Lights, my niece and my nephew.
The standstills.
The standstills, yeah. And my sister was like, "Take them back, take them back, take them back."
It was too consumed.
Yeah. So when he comes to visit, which is rare these days, I like to have him. I let him rock out. So, but he wanted to play with me, so I sat down and played some Mario Odyssey with him. So that was fun, because he likes being Cappy for whatever reason. He rather I do the platforming stuff. Okay. And then we threw on the Mario 3D World, and he loved Bowser's Fury. And I hadn't even looked at Bowser's Fury yet. Bowser's Fury unto itself, it's straight up 3D Mario. Like
let me give a shout out, since you said that. Let me give a shout out to Microsoft destroying Nintendo's hustle. I've purchased this game on Wii U. I'm forced to purchase it again on Switch. Microsoft, with the velocity architecture and the boost and everything, and your games are growing with you in your library, where your games will always be fresh again, especially first party games. I don't ever have to do this crap again on one platform. And that's Nintendo's whole hustle.
And they're never gonna be called out, because they're so used to doing their own thing. See, Sony would get called out for that, not Nintendo, dude. And I call my own fraud. Like they don't get called.
I purchased it, right? You see me, right? Yeah.
You feel obligated.
I got both too.
How do you feel about this, people? I mean, come on, Eric.
I'm fine with it. I'm gotten over it.
Nintendo game over and over again, man.
Not me. I don't do it. I speak up about it. I'm like, no, it's It's crazy. They're doing that
horrible.
with the Skyward Sword as well. They're HD remake.
And that's where
that thing looks the same. Have you seen it?
Oh yeah, it looks the same. It definitely looks the same.
Maybe a little smoother, maybe a little bit smoother, but no, Nintendo is always going to get away with this because they keep buying it. It's always top of the charts in pre-sales, pre-orders, and I don't do it. Yeah, but it doesn't stop them.
See,
because everyone
good
else
on
does.
you. Good on you. Good on you.
I'm talking out about it.
Shoot.
But look at me, Blaze.
Yeah.
Look at
frauds. All of us.
My hypocrisy in your face. And I'm saying it with
because you're
problem.
a gamer, King.
Because of you.
You can't help it, King. You like to play games, bro.
It's disgusting.
Shoot.
Yeah,
it's absolutely disgusting.
Thank you, Nintendo. But yeah, it's disgusting.
I can't wait till it's completely destroyed and thrown away and they have to adapt to. But I think out of all of them, Nintendo will never bend a knee.
Yeah.
Never.
Never. And not even if you sort of see the industry trying to force them to do it, it's not going to matter. Never. I just honestly don't think it's going to matter. Let me get the 2 more super chats. We got Slow-Mo Backslap with the $5 super chat. King, I can see Outriders stealing Division players because they won't get Division content until later this year, but they could take Destiny people too.
Let me address something in the chat. There's like some giant war going on between Chris Hart and a couple people.
Come on, guys.
I understand that you guys don't like each other, et cetera, et cetera. It's like, but let's keep it civil. Like, I keep seeing people getting timed out and stuff. Like, the mods are gonna handle you, so you might as well just be civil. Like,
don't disrespect Christopher Hart.
Chris, this is all fun games and jokes, guys. We're talking about games. Like, I don't see how
y'all want to push Christopher Hart away, and I'm gonna tell you this right now. Christopher Hart stays on my timeline. He stays here. He goes on to
stays in this chat,
and he's repping where a lot of people don't. First, respect his rep. That's one. 2, your game on one platform, and that's fine. You're no better than Christopher Hart. Trust me when I tell you this, because if you lock yourself away from that PlayStation ecosystem and you're just bashing the PlayStation, you're doing the same thing that he's doing. So if you have a PlayStation, put it up there. Give him his thumbs up because he's still your brother. He's still playing games. But let's try to turn him into an Xbox head. Let's keep let's make him
Exactly. Don't get mad at Chris because he's playing better games.
Yeah. But right now he's doing nothing.
We have to Borg him. This is what we have to do. We have to assimilate him.
Let's get on to the topic.
Yes, sir. Yeah, we're going on.
Let me get these super chats real quick. Then we got Jonathan Lopez with the $5 super chat. Hey King, I'm playing Super Lucky's Tales, but I can't figure out how to change it to 120 FPS. I have a C10 and Series X. Love you guys. Get at some of the C10 owners on Twitter.
Okay, so maybe you might not have your HDMI in the right slot because it's a one slot for
no,
not on the C10.
No.
Not on the
C10. The C9 and the CX, every slot is HDMI 2.0.
Okay, I don't have that one.
So it's probably a setting that you don't have set in your console.
I'm pretty sure that program works automatically. I don't think you need to turn anything on or off.
Okay. Well. Because the HDMI 2.1 should read everything that your TV is capable of outputting. So
I have to have a special slot, sir. And my special slot, I'm not privy to all of that, and I'm not going to buy another television until my 10 grand television dies.
We got Smitty Smith, $2 super chat. Nintendo, hurry up and buy again. Yeah,
I ain't gonna front on you guys, man. I'm buying that new Pokemon game. Not new. I'm buying the old Pokemon game brought new ways
with the nice coat of paint. I showed my nephew that he is a big Pokemon fan. And he lost his damn mind.
I love Diamond, so I think it's called Brilliant Diamond. I don't know what it's called, but whatever it's called, it's gonna be in my Switch.
Brother.
Nintendo, you whip us badly.
Of course. Then we got the Evermore Saga once again with the $5 super chat. Nintendo is the Kaiser Soze of the gaming industry. I always picture the switching up their limp and walking straight at the end of every direct.
I bet you there's a lot of people in the chat that didn't get that.
Did not get that.
That's old people talk. That's fine. Yeah. No doubt. So for me, ending it up, one last little retro thing. So Cog and I have been following for the longest time this wrestling game called Retromania.
Yes, sir.
Oh yeah, and of course King. So this is the spiritual successor to the old school WrestleFest games and WWF Superstars in the arcade. Like beautiful pixel art games. Like the characters look fantastic. The gameplay was super fun, and it was a quarter muncher. So this game called Retromania is a spiritual successor to that, and it was supposed to launch across all platforms this week, but they got held up a little bit in sort of insert. So only the Steam version came out, and I could not wait. So I downloaded it. I have not played it yet. It looks bonkers though. So I'm hearing some good, some bad stuff. It seems like they stayed too close to the control sort of scheme of the old games, rather than maybe sort of updating it to feel maybe more like the Aki games that we used to love on the N64. But in terms of look and in terms of animation and in terms of the craziness of the matches and stuff, it looked kind of bonkers. So, and it's a game that's going to continue to evolve and grow. So I picked it up on Steam. I'll have more to say about it next week, but I'm excited to play it because I love those games. I know King loved those games, and Cog, we absolutely adored those games. Yeah. So that is that. So before we get into our topics, just a note of seriousness. I don't know if you guys have heard, but guys, Lord Dizzy is not well. Lord Dizzy is not doing well. So if you can, in his timeline on Twitter, on his wife's timeline on Twitter, Lady Rosalind, if you guys have that, I don't know, King or Addict, if you have that, you can put it in the chat. Send your love, send your good thoughts, your good vibes their way. Dizzy and his family are so deserving of a break from all the BS that has been going on and the struggles that he's had personally with his health the past couple of years. So anything we could send his way, love, caring, good thoughts, excellent vibes, just send it his way. It'll be greatly appreciated. So thank you guys on that.
Yeah, that's absolutely
for sure. Diz, we're thinking about you. We're thinking about you, brother. You're in our prayers, man. You're definitely in our prayers, brother. All right, so let's get to these topics. And for anybody who ever said that we don't talk about PlayStation, this is the show for you. So our first topic is PlayStation games coming to the PC. Now, this is actually part of my topic, so I will jump in. So in an interview published earlier this week, PlayStation head Jim Ryan indicated that more games.
No, that's not his name. That's not his name.
No, he doesn't follow my crap.
I don't follow the creed. I don't call the man out his name. Not yet. Anyway,
He's not lying, Ryan. We're not.
He's not lying, Ryan. Yeah,
got so many names.
He's not lying. Yo, there's so many garbage pail kids like that you can make out of Jim Ryan right now. It's crazy. It's crazy. So, in an interview published in British GQ, Jim Ryan made it clear that many more games from the PlayStation catalog were going to make their way to PC, beginning with Days Gone this spring, right? And obviously, with the release of Horizon Zero Dawn last August, I believe, to the PC platform, they already showed that they were willing to move their games over to the PC platform because monetarily it makes sense. These are fantastic games by most accounts. And you want them to reach as many people as possible. And quite frankly, there are plenty of people out there who don't want to get a PlayStation. People who game on PC solely and don't really bother with the console market. So this makes monetary sense. But obviously, it has rubbed some people the wrong way. Some heavy duty PlayStation faithful had some serious things to say about this. Shout out to Jay Bari. Bari, my man Bari had a bit of a breakdown. But I will say this. He held the line. He held the line and he made his points for why he feels it's a bad move. And I got to give him props for that because, where a lot of other people have said that this is a bad deal for PlayStation games going elsewhere. And now sort of move the goalpost as the heads of PlayStation move the goalpost. You either run with it or you don't. So my question to you guys is, what do you feel about this? Was it inevitable after seeing Horizon Zero Dawn come? And ultimately, what do you think this means for the PlayStation as a platform? Is it devalued in the way that some people are saying? or does it just allow it to grow more? So let me go with PlayStation Nation's finest first, Blaze 4K. What are your thoughts on this, Blaze?
Listen, this guy Jim Ryan. Listen,
Blaze is not a fan.
Listen, I don't want to catch anything. Seriously, this is really good. I'm not even joking. Look, Jim Ryan. Like I said, the guy looks. I've been telling people, if you look at him, he really looks like he got bit by a clicker, man. This guy is sick. The guy.
My goodness. Oh my God.
This is not good for PlayStation. If PlayStation, listen, I understand they want to get. They're leaving money on the table, bro. I get it, man. Right? They want to make money. Financially, it makes sense. But listen. Look at Nintendo. Nintendo will not budge. They keep their ground. They will not port their games nowhere. You buy a Nintendo Switch and that's it. Yeah, you can emulate. Man, it's not the same. I don't want to hear it. Right? Jim Ryan is doing this. And he's saying more games to come. Bro, he's on G. First of all, you're on GQ, bro. What are you doing on GQ giving like these like this guy? I don't like Jim Ryan, man. I don't like it for this reason because the brand PlayStation, listen, I know a lot of people that have skipped on the Series X. Why? Because they already got a PC and they can play their games on PC. Now, you do the same thing with PlayStation. Go ahead.
Just out of curiosity, Blaze, just for the courts, for the IOP courts, I think I've heard you on multiple occasions say the only thing preventing you from buying a Series X is a bet with Kofi, correct? Where's that quietness going?
He said, I can't hear you.
Listen,
my ears are...
Yeah, real quick, Slow-Mo, Blaze, Slow-Mo wants to know when God of War and Spider-Man are going to PC.
Oh, that's the thing. Listen, Mark, my king, you want to make a bet with me? I love you, bro.
Okay, listen.
Spider-Man, God of War.
First, I'm going to allow Erica to get to her
yeah.
spot,
You're right.
And I'm gonna let y'all have your conversation.
Yeah, I'm gonna King is gonna back clean up on this one.
And you can definitely have all the bets in the world with me when it's my turn. No problem. Sir. I'm willing to take all your bets. Trust me. You know what it is. So,
he's going to take your lunch money, man. He's going to take your lunch money.
All of this. The same way I told Hip Hop, which he was definitely afraid of my bet, about the launch titles. And even if he kept the bet, he would have still lost. Brother, I'll take all your money.
But let me just say this. Let me just say this. Like, I don't think PlayStation is pop culture, man. I feel like, they really are.
I think they're Funko Pops.
Okay, fine.
Funko.
This guy, bro. I swear to God, bro. He got jokes like.
So Blaze, I gotta ask you though, right?
Yeah.
See, the thing is, when you see PlayStation making these moves that are in parallel to sort of what Microsoft's doing, right, in their own way, don't you feel though, like, and we just finished saying how Nintendo would not have to bend the knee in this way.
Right.
And it is because they're perceived as this company that's doing their own thing. And when you talk about the main sort of gaming beef or argument, it's PlayStation and Xbox. So even though, in a lot of ways, Nintendo's are selling both of them, but they are doing their own thing and they're not sort of beholden to what these two companies are doing in the same way that these two companies, PlayStation and Xbox, are beholden to one another. So it's like, it almost feels like if one of them is doing something that is successful, and again, like Xbox takes a lot of flack for sort of being the first to do certain things and it not being popular and then it becoming sort of the norm. Now with PlayStation sort of going this route, baby steps going this route and doing that thing, it just sort of feels like they have to. Like if they continue to sell games in the way that they've done in the past, when it comes to, like, they're leaving a considerable amount of money on the table, not just some money. They're leaving an insane amount of money on the table, because when you think about, hey, I'm going to pay for this game $70 one time, right? Or do you create some sort of subscription model where you're paying me $15, $20 a month for God knows how long, and at the end of the day, when you calculate all that, you've paid me for that $70 game 10 times over. You know what I mean? Like, at the end of the day, that argument, because they're always considered to be, their competition is Xbox and Xbox is PlayStation's competition. It's one of those things, like, you can't divorce them from one another. So they kind of have to do things that are in the same vein. And I don't think being that different from each other is going to work for them moving forward in terms of the money discussion. So I just don't know if that's a reality. I know people want to keep it that way, but I don't know if it's really a reality moving forward.
But Sav, like I asked Slomo yesterday on Scumcast, right? I said, Sav, you got a Series X? He's like, nah. I'm like, why not? He's like, because I don't need it. I got a PC. I was like, but you got a PlayStation. He's like, yeah. It just
wait. Yes, who on Scumcast?
Slomo.
All right.
Oh god.
That mentality for that is appropriate in the sense of saying that you're able to play here. Now, that was set up a long time ago. That took growing pains, that took heat, that took steps, that took a narrative to know what the future had in front of them, right? And a lot of people did not want that to come to pass. Now, I'm not going to jump into your segment, but I understand his logic from that point where I have a powerful PC that I paid $5,000 to $6,000 for that I can game with my Xbox here. PlayStation is unwilling to do this. I don't know what is the problem with people feeling that they don't have to spend $500 for a barrier of entry. If you paid $5,000, you should already have that entry into the to whatever those games is. But I don't want to jump into that part because I don't want to give my hand to it. But that's, I'm just saying.
I think when it comes to devaluing the PlayStation brand, it does. I mean, if you give less incentive for certain people to buy a console, it's definitely devaluing it. But the question is
does it devalue the brand or the console? But that's the thing.
It devalues the console. It doesn't devalue the brand because the brand's still going to be on PC regardless. Yeah. But at the end of the day, like, it does devalue the console. But I honestly feel like the people it devalues for is such a small demographic that it doesn't matter. Like, the majority of people buying these PlayStations, they're buying it for the Maddens. They're buying it for the 2Ks. They're buying it for, for the show, I guess. Yeah. Call of Duty. Like,
like they're not anymore. Not anymore.
They're not.
Boy, that's going to be y'all going to hate me that day.
They're not sitting there when they go to GameStop or look on the store. Is this on PC? 80% of those people don't even know if it's on PC. Like,
they don't.
Like, they know that there is. How many people you think's out there, like the Kofis, the Ericutz, the BGs? It's very small. The majority of people are console gaming. Now, obviously, we have a lot of people that's on these media outlets like Steam. But all you have to do is make an account and your registered account on there. Like, when it comes down to it, Sony and Microsoft knows I could put my stuff on there. And it's they were going to buy my game anyway. So now they can buy it on there. Sure, they don't buy the console. And, it does take people out of the ecosystem. And I will say,
I don't want to cut you off, brother. But this is my problem. What I got. This is why I hate these. Right? Listen. Days Gone is trash. Days Gone is mid. Days Gone is the worst PlayStation exclusive.
Wait, time out. I didn't get a chance to play it, and I was very interested in that game. But
I know Blaze loves that game.
Yeah, okay, yeah.
But he keeps saying it's trash.
I don't want that to be the narrative for the game. Like,
well, I'm not saying it's your narrative, but I always co-signed it. I always co-signed it, and I said it was a decent game, bro. It's not as bad as you think.
Yeah, I mean,
right? But hold on 1 second. But then, right, all the same guys that said it was trash. Now I got 40 people on Steam. It's on their wish list all of a sudden.
Wow.
The game is trash, but now you want it on. Now you're willing to play it on. You see.
But my thing is.
Did you block him, Blaze?
I blocked him.
How come yet? You said you're gonna block him.
My thing is, shouldn't you be happy that
Erica.
Days Gone will bring in more revenue if it goes to PC?
Her shirt is a RIP because the homie died.
Because I do feel like
I need the red line.
It's like I told you. It's like I told you, Blaze. I agree with you. It devalues the console. There's no denying that. When you give an option to not buy the console, it's devaluing the console. But it's like I said earlier. How many people is it re-devaluing? Like, I don't think it's a lot. Like, I don't. Like, I think if you took the people that have a console and the people that have a PC and they're being forced to buy a console, how many people on PC want to play PlayStation's games, but they are not buying a console?
It's funny because you look at a quote that Jim Ryan had said, and it was one of those things when he said, when we looked at the reaction to Horizon Zero Dawn, we didn't see an adverse reaction. Just like you said, Addict, because he wasn't listening to the loud minority on Twitter. Like, he wasn't. Like, he ignored that.
on my timeline.
Like he just, that's not who they're listening to. They're happy to have the hardcore there because the hardcore is the ones that sort of propagate the message of PlayStation, right? But at the end of the day, they always going to go to where the most bodies are. That's it.
And you know what's funny, Erica? Like I think you remember this back in the day. What we're seeing now of a lot of the PlayStation fanboys is what was happening when Quantum Break went to PC. I don't like. A lot of people have this mentality that they don't think that Sony would ever put themselves in a position to make games day and date, but I don't think that. Like, I think the moment a PlayStation game comes out, like a God of War, and it sells 2 to 5 million on Steam, they're gonna look, man. I don't know. Like we should maybe. I think we need to come back and we need to.
It's never happening, Eddie.
I don't know, brother. I never. Listen, man. I don't know.
Like, look. It's the way. Hold on. Let me finish. Let me finish. Let me finish.
Let Alex finish your point, then I'm gonna let Erica go.
Look, all I have to say, Blaze, is that man said future games. He didn't say it in a way that made it seem like it wasn't going to eventually be day and date. He said future titles.
All right.
That could be taken two ways. It's either like future titles coming out, maybe day and date, or it's just future in the future these games coming out. That's how I kind of took it. But
yeah.
But that's what I was gonna ask Blaze about day and date. You don't think it's happening, Blaze? Like ever?
Listen, bro.
Ever?
Y'all already started.
Listen, if I ever see a game come day and date, I swear to God, listen to me, bro. I swear on my kids, I will take every PlayStation I own, bro, and I will.
Blaze, don't.
But like King said, you already started. I mean, they're smaller and less significant games in PS Plus, but you already started.
Listen, when you see, look, first of all, you guys are getting all our shovelware mid-tier garbage games. You're not gonna get God of War. Mark my words. Look it. Record me.
So hold up.
God of War.
Hold on. Blaze. Hold up. I got Blaze. I got him. Hold up. Blaze. So right now you're telling me that God of War will never see the light on PC.
No, he's not saying that. He's not saying that.
Oh, you saying day and date, or you saying God of War?
No, it ain't coming. No. God of War right now is not coming too. The one right now.
Ever?
Nah,
okay, hold up. Blaze, I gotta take your knees on this. Let's do a bend the knee right now. Like, no, cause like this is like a future knees being shipped to me. Like it's like you are voluntarily giving me your knees. So let's do this.
Why is this? Why the British are coming, bro? Why?
Blaze, what I don't understand, Blaze, if you've seen this happening already, why would you single out God of War as a game that's not gonna go?
Yeah. Listen, why that one?
Listen, man. If Sony wants to give away like, listen, you can drive my bike, you can drive my skateboard, but you're not touching my BMW. Bro. You get what I'm saying? Like, you can't listen, man. Sony, listen. I own a PS3. King David, you own a PS3, right?
Nah, I don't own no.
You own a 360?
I don't own no old console.
Okay.
I'm on to the next. Thank you, Microsoft, for saving me and back.
No, hold up. I'm still trying to take Blaze's knees. Like,
but hold on, Attic. I'm telling you why, dude. I own PS3s, PS2s, 360s. I own all of them. I have them all plugged in. You know why? Mm-hmm. So I can go back and play those games that are not available.
Well, take your whole Xbox ecosystem and throw it in the bushes, because all you need is a Series S, and you will save yourself a lot of time and wires and old resolution. All right, we have this thing called boost mode, right? It just came out. And what you can do is you can have your Series S or X, and you can play all those same old games that you got there, and most of them got boost, right? So they boost forward, and you can throw that stuff out. And you don't need that. Microsoft.
Why are you giving him an Xbox tutorial right now?
I'm just telling him how to save money.
Why are we on
I love how you're acting like he doesn't know too. Like,
well, I mean, you're saying 4 games now, but we got 500 back compat straight off the rip.
Okay, but King, even though
back compat is boosted.
Okay, but not all of the games are back compat. Like, there's still games that I own that are not back compat. Like, there's still games.
But Blaze, no, I have a question for Blaze though, because You play on PC. You're all about PC. So
whoa,
why wouldn't you?
Whoa! What are you doing, bro?
Why you shouting me up?
No. We literally play Rogue Company together on PC, Blaze.
No, I'm on PlayStation, man.
Okay, well, okay, but listen. So why? Okay, I don't know if you're saying you just don't believe God of War's coming, or you don't want, because why wouldn't you want it to come? I mean, like years later.
For sure. Look at Slow-Mo asked, Blaze, is Horizon Zero Dawn mid-tier garbage? So it's like, if it's only mid-tier garbage coming,
I can explain that though.
Okay. I don't want to hear that. I don't want to hear any Decima engine. I don't want to hear about that.
Okay, well then I won't talk.
Because if it's not day and date, right, it would come out look, what they've been doing so far is like the game comes out like 2017, 2018. It comes out in 2020, 21 on PC. It's like a couple year gap there. That wouldn't really necessarily hurt PlayStation.
3 years, look, I know what you're saying, Eric. If God of War ends up coming, or the Uncharted collection, right? I understand, like, I get it. There's money. Why not play it at a high frame? Who cares, right? But
yeah.
More than anything, I still don't believe they'll give you Spider-Man. I really don't. Like, out of all the games, Spider-Man, because now they own the movie rights and all that.
Yeah, maybe not that.
You feeling pretty confident about that, man? You feeling confident enough with your needs?
Man, it's about that almighty dollar, man. They made it very clear.
They don't care about us. They don't. They care about us.
They care, and that's the thing. They've taken advantage of a lot of Microsoft missteps to come off as like the good guy. Both of these companies hate your guts, and all they wanted your money. Like,
money.
They just, at different times, each of them sort of steps on the rake and is left suave about it, but they both just want your money and they want you there, right? I don't know, man. Erica, finish your point, because this is crazy.
I mean, no, I was just, getting to that point of like, if they aren't day and date, which I do think it can get to there. I don't believe never, because a lot of people are like, it's never happening ever. And I'm like, really? Because the climate is changing, and Microsoft is to credit for that. I mean, in a way, because they do things first. It's successful. Game Pass is successful, right? And they're making money. Correct. I think they're whatever reports came out, they made a bunch of money lately. And PlayStation, like you guys are saying, if they are never going to be like divorced in that way, they're a competition against each other. Like Sony's going to look at that money too at some point. And if the climate changes and everything's going digital, everything's going to PC, I can't say never. Like, it's gonna happen.
But Erica, if you're on top, listen. When you're looking down at little Microsoft, like, hey, Microsoft.
You said little Microsoft.
On top,
Blaze,
from the ivory
tower. Look, I got him.
Blaze, the reason why I got to tell you got to stop. 20 million sold is telling you right now. Calm down, bro. Like, see, the thing is, listen. The fight is over.
Yeah.
You punch drunk right now. The fight is over. There is no fight. 2 million PlayStation Now subscribers versus 20 million Game Pass subscribers.
It was 18. It was 18. It was 18. It wasn't 20 million. It was 18.
Listen.
I'm not arguing that.
I hear you saying that. Listen,
I give him. It's been a month and a half. I'll give him the 20 now. I'll give him
Erica. Okay. Before I go in, because I'm about to tear the whole thing to shreds.
I'm sure you are.
Did you get everything that you wanted out of this topic, this part right here for yourself? Because I want your voice to be supremely heard, because you are
the voice of reason, Erica.
King is about to hijack the conversation, so he wants to make sure you get everything out.
Yes, you represent a demographic that they act like is a unicorn. You are a female gamer that is multifaceted, that you game on Xbox, PC, and PlayStation, right? And some Nintendo. Well, probably a lot of Nintendo. But you are the voice that they really want to hear. So I really want your input to be heard, because the chat, you really need to hear her input, because she is what they're looking for.
I'm the unicorn, I guess.
Yes.
I'm playing on everything. Well, like I was kind of saying with Blaze, because I play a lot of PC too. So for me, I think it's great. Like, I know Horizon Zero Dawn didn't really work out so well. It kind of launched, kind of buggy or whatever. But if I can get God of War on this thing, if I can get, Last of Us Factions on
you got to say Spider-Man. You got to say Spider-Man.
I won't say Spider-Man.
Say Spider-Man.
Bloodborne, I need it on PC. I need 60 plus frames. Like I
they really don't want to give us that. They just don't feel like giving us that.
They want to forget about Bloodborne. Yeah, that's the one.
Something's weird with that.
Yeah. And the thing is, it makes the most sense. Like it should be on with better frame rates. But anyways, so it's for me, I'm open to it because I like playing on PC. It's convenient for me as a streamer and as a content creator because everything's just here. Like I'm good. But for like the average console gamer, like I think you guys mentioned it before, like, is this going to hurt the brand in some way? Like, I don't think so, because the console gamers are going to get consoles no matter what. They're not thinking about PC. They're not wanting to spend $1,000 to build a PC. They don't even know the first thing, how to even do it. They don't know a thing.
Say, more than $1,000, God forbid.
Yeah. And my uncle, for example, a big Xbox dude. Big Xbox guy. I talk to him about PC constantly. I'm like, listen, you got to build a PC. Has he done it? Nope. No. Doesn't do it. He doesn't want to do it. So there's a lot of those guys and girls and people who just don't care about PC. So even if this does go day and date, PlayStation, I think Addict, you said it. It's like pop culture. No, Blaze said it, like a pop culture kind of thing.
Funko
like PlayStation.
Pops.
Funko Pops.
I think the biggest issue. I think the biggest issue, Erica, and I invented Addict World, but like a lot of people want to act like their opinion is the end all be all, and just because they are gaming on PC, they want to act like everyone's gaming on PC, and that's just not the reality.
It's the same, and the same goes true for console gamers. A lot of times we talk about things in our own bubble, and we don't realize how small that bubble really is.
That is very true, though.
Erica,
we are in a bubble.
To eloquate your point, I have a severe gaming PC that is to my right here. I'm talking about to the hilt. Addict knows.
Like one of the only games he's ever played on is Among Us.
Exactly.
Among Us.
Because
he was forced
you're one of those.
And I'm upset that the day that I played Among Us, that it came out on Xbox, I wanted to choke at it because I purchased it and I got my money back. But and I also play like.
But you got your $5 back?
Yeah, give me my $5 back.
What?
The hell with
you got your $5.
Wow. That small developer.
He's got a $1,500 statue of their spinning for $5.
$5 went to help pay for that.
Devs don't need my money.
This man refunded $5. That's
yes,
wild.
I did.
Okay.
That is petty, King.
That's wild.
I don't care. Anyway,
hold up.
I was not going to play
King.
Hold on, we got 450 people in here watching, man. Like, definitely hit that like button if you guys don't mind.
Erica is
like
right.
button.
I don't care to game on my PC. I don't care what the hell you put there. I don't care what's going on. They have not forced me to bend the knee in that aspect. And I'm gonna get to your point, Blaze, that you're gonna be surprised what I say with this topic. But let's get to these super chats real quick because we have probably like 20 of them.
They're definitely back.
Yeah, there's a few in there.
People are animated in the chat, to say the least. We have Smitty Smith with the $5 super chat. Will the PlayStation captains, lieutenants, and soldiers still count consoles? Still.
Oh my god.
The Book of X.
Yeah, facts. Smitty's on it.
There he's on it. Pixelbit G, $5 super chat. It's time for gamers to grow up. The console market is capped at 250 million users across all platforms for 3 generations, either expand or go extinct. That is true. Like
that does make a lot of sense.
Sometimes people look at things that Phil Spencer says and like, oh, whatever, you still haven't given us games or whatever the case may be. But the idea for expanding gaming across the board, when you talk about reaching 8 billion gamers, like that's the idea. That really is the idea.
You know what else probably really hurt? Like that whole transition thing. What Fortnite, like when Fortnite was out, there was console people building PCs because they wanted to play Fortnite at the best they possibly could.
Yeah, exactly. Hold on, let me copy this one more super chat because we got a bunch.
Yeah, we gotta get these
before you jump in. Yeah. So okay, then we have Philly Eagle with the $10 super chat. Being upset over them making a decision to increase their revenue is stupid. Fanboys don't matter. Been saying it for years. Drink some tea and get over it. Or play on that PC y'all claim to have.
That's kind of crazy. That's
wow.
True.
Okay.
Yeah, that is true. All the PlayStation people, they all got PCs to play the Xbox games on.
To play Xbox.
Yeah, a lot of people do say that. Like, I don't need an Xbox.
You don't need a PlayStation now
That's
either.
True.
Surprise.
Yeah, a lot of them are lying. They are.
Yeah, they don't have no PC.
Then we got K Asante with the $20 super chat. Sony uses the PlayStation brand to weaponize some people. Bet next year console sales will no longer matter because Dance Move said so. Let's open our eyes here. Putting
Dance moves.
Putting games on PC is a good move. Now the cheapo feel betrayed.
I love it, yes, because he's right. They're cheapo.
the TCL community is not about that. Then we got Smitty Smith with the $5 super chat. To all the PlayStation faithful, I would like to say welcome to the PC and Microsoft. Thank you and you're welcome. The Book of X. Then we have, hold on, JD Gamer, $10 super chat. It's not just the money left on the table. It's the entire market's left on the table. The worst thing you can do is let your competition enter a market and you not meet them there to compete, leave them to compete alone, a la the Xbox One and the PS4.
No, JD, now people are going to blame Microsoft. Don't say that.
But it's very true.
It's
very true. It's funny. I used to, Colin Moriarty he's a dude that talks a lot about the Vita, right? And how Sony let the Vita die. And he was like, why would you just let Nintendo have that? You're the only competition in that space. Why would you just walk away from it when you know your brand is strong? And he never understood why. But I mean,
never gonna beat Nintendo in that space.
They were not gonna beat them in that space.
They're not gonna beat them, King. But guess what? The PSP sold over 80 million. That's incredible.
Listen, I hear exactly what you're saying.
But a lot of that was because people were modding it. That's once they
that's the other thing.
But the thing about I've always felt Nintendo did the right thing, consolidating all of their games onto.
All right, hold up. I think I don't know if we're live yet. Give me a second. Are we back? I don't know. It looks like we're live. I don't know what happened there. Like sometimes the stuff be weird. Yeah, you could definitely blame me.
Live. Can you guys hear all of us fine? Because somebody said they couldn't hear King.
You can hear me?
Christopher says I hear one person. Who do you hear?
You hear King?
Who is it?
Mic check.
No volume on guests.
No volume on the guests.
They can't hear me.
I mean, we haven't talked.
You can only hear Addict.
Can you hear me,
good.
guys?
On my thing, it says they can hear you. So.
Yeah, they hear us all.
You hear me?
Good.
Now we can hear everyone. Okay.
All right.
Good.
So
hold on. We gotta finish these.
Yeah, they made one unified front, and I think that's the only way to do it. So PlayStation, I don't ever want them to. I saw something this week, and they were talking about giving hints of a PlayStation handheld. If they do not make it one unified front, don't mess with it. Leave it alone.
Yeah.
Because that's the reason why Microsoft never approached that, because splitting that in that manner is not going to be beneficial for you at any time, especially when, like you said before, all the games is on PC. You can get a PC handheld that can play this stuff. And a new one just came out, which was really good. I was talking to a guy in the background. That one is really good. They don't pay me, so I'm not promoting them. Right. But it's a really good handheld. Some guys may not want to pay the $600-700 for this handheld, and that's what it takes to really bring these games to fruition. So let's get these super chats, and then we can get to my part of the segment, and we can push on, guys. That's right, 330. You guys are back.
Thank you for coming back.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about.
Hey, they just got up. They went to the fridge. They went to the bathroom.
Let me have a bathroom break.
No doubt. We got Cat Daddy Lurk with the $5 super chat. DaysGone is mid, and when it comes to Steam, I'm buying it again just to encourage Sony to bring even more games over. I want to play games at their best, no doubt.
Shout out.
for sure. And we got Smitty Smith with the $5 super chat. PS fanboys took Sony out to dinner and then left them with the reality check. ILP. That is good scripture for the Book of X.
Yo, this guy Smitty Smith is kind of he's on it, man. He's pretty good with them.
That's my dude.
Smitty is something else. Then we have Pixelbit G, $2 super chat. When they hired Jim corporate payout Ryan, you knew. Oh my God, corporate payout
Ryan. Payout. Wow. These names, I'm loving it.
They're on it. They're onto it. Then we have Smitty Smith again, $5 super chat. Remember when it was just one game, then it turns into 5. It's happening. Get in line. ILP Book of X. Then we have Face23 with the $15 super chat. 15 million PS Plus subscribers. Does Microsoft mention Xbox Live subscribers? No, they talk about active users. Yeah, the metrics are changing.
So 50 million PlayStation subscribers. Microsoft talks about active users. Don't let them disrespect you by telling you what the active users and the subscribers are, because you would really cry. You would really sit there in your little bubble, and that 50 million, if it comforts you in some weird way, I have no idea. You're just one of that 50 million. I don't know how it comforts you. I don't really talk NPDs. I don't really care, because when I purchase my consoles, and I'm pretty sure I'll purchase more than a ton of you guys, unless you're a scalper at a higher rate than me, I really don't think y'all should talk numbers. You purchase one console, enjoy your one console, you purchase your one game, you're that one person. I go out and purchase actively 5. I try to buy 10 PlayStation 5s this year. I wanted to escalate. Didn't happen. It didn't happen. Damn you scalpers. But again, stop talking numbers that we don't see. That's their money. Stop counting somebody else's money.
Yeah, for sure. Then we got Big Cloud Gaming. Put the crest in the chat for the
my guy
around Big Cloud. Thank you, brother. Much appreciated.
My man Bit, what's up, baby?
No doubt, no doubt. Then we have Mariano Bompa.
I love him.
If Halo Infinite is what we all want it to be and brings the bag for Game Pass, will this make Sony potentially think date on PS Now or PC? I mean, I think it is a reality of Sony's waiting and seeing to see. Obviously the money is there, right? The money argument is there. You have 20 million, whatever, Game Pass subscribers giving you $15 a month at some point. Yeah, they may get in the front door with, a 1 month dollar pass or a 3 month dollar pass. But if they stay, they're giving you that 15 a month. That adds up. That adds up. So
that's why they're doing stuff like the EA Play on there, because they're wanting to give you enough reason to constantly be stayed into the
no joke. I've never paid more than $1. I always do the 3 month thing. I always get offered the 3 month $1. Always.
Hey, that's what's up. Hey,
same here. Yeah.
That's what's up. And they've done, and they do stuff to try to. This is only for new subscribers. You can't get this.
It's a lie.
Yeah, you could. Yeah, there are ways around it. Definitely ways around it. But more power to you if they give you those options. Absolutely. But a lot of people, let's say, once that happens and you get tired of looking for the ways around it, like me, I got my card on there. They're taking my 15 every month. When I get a deal, I buy the deal, throw it on there, and then it just extends my subscription.
It's a great value, man. It's a great
value. I'm compromised.
Some people legit just
bought
forget.
And purchased.
Some people just legit forget they even have it. It's like people who don't
like a lot of other subscriptions.
Yeah, it's like the gym, the cable, all that junk.
Shout out to my man Aaron Greenberg.
King is bought and paid for. Yeah,
I'm bought and paid for. My Game Pass subscription is to wherever they say that I can't get any more. That's when my joy stops.
So the answer to that is yes. Sony's already seen it. I mean, they've obviously the moves they're making is because they've seen it. They've seen the money. So it's just a matter of whether they ever get to the point that they're doing what Microsoft is doing exactly.
It's compliant.
Then we have
the rest of your super chat.
K Asante, $5 super chat. 50 million PS Plus. True. Last report from Microsoft was on April 30th, 2020. Xbox Live has 90 million monthly active users. Yeah, a lot. Then we have Brian I, $10 super chat. Sony fanboys feel like Daenerys when Jim Ryan, Jon Snow came up to kiss them. He digs the PlayStation, the PC knife in them as he sends the dragon off to the PC land with all the Sony exclusives on his back. Wow.
Jon Snow. I've heard that name in a
That is an analogy there. That really is.
Jakaris.
What show is that? I don't know that show anymore.
Yeah.
Died.
Then we have oh no, I doubled up on it. Then we have Cat Daddy. Damn, Saab, you can't be hosting the podcast with your Nokia phone. Last warning. Windows phone, sir. Get it right. Windows
That's what
phone.
I was dying off of. I read that. Yeah. I was dying.
And I'm not gonna call nobody out, but I am not the wizard behind the curtain. I'm only hosting.
Look, Cat Daddy. It's totally solved. It's all his problems. It's all his problems.
Wow.
Somebody's passing the buck my way. That's okay. That's fine.
That's disgusting.
Then we have, let me see. We have the Living Flame with the $2 super chat. And the Lord gave and said, let there be multiplats. And we have Philly Eagle, $5 super chat. PSA, yo, fanboys, the real gamers have access to the same games y'all have access to. Chill, get over yourselves, and just enjoy your games. Yeah. It's easier said than done for some, but you know. Then we have the Raiden Blade with the £5 super chat. Hi, yeah, I'm looking for it PC handheld looks fire. My bro Zap, LOL. Okay, I don't.
No, I know what he's talking about.
Yeah, I know what he's talking about. Yeah. I just didn't come out the right way. Lord King, you're up, sir. Your thoughts?
Okay, so Sony games going to PC. Told you. I told you, right? I told you before when Jim Dance Moves Ryan showed up. He's a numbers dude. They brought him in for a reason, and numbers wasn't up to stuff. He's trying to bring the numbers up. He's in the Phil Dominus Maximus Aurelius camp. He's an understudy. He's from that whole Bill Belichick family.
The understudy.
You know, he's compliant.
Bill Belichick, I like that.
Yeah, exactly. I'm helping you out here.
I like that.
All right. He has the playbook. He understands. He's been growing in this whole numbers thing, and he's a metrics dude. The problem that you're having with Sony is you have two Sonys. You have the people that hired Jim Dance Move Ryan to bring the metrics up, to bring them current, to show them exactly what they needed, because they saw Microsoft making tons of money. How do they have 50 million consoles and their money is, if not equal to ours, more than ours, and we have 120 million consoles sold? How can we shore up this money? Where are they getting money from? Show us how they're doing this. So the other heads at Sony, they still going by the arcade console sold metrics. They think that the NPDs mean anything. That is just fuel for the fanboys. That's all that is. They have 120 million sold. You only brought one. What do you really mean in that whole ecosystem? You don't buy all the games, because if you did buy all the games, if 120 million of the so-called consoles that was out there, if every person brought God of War, it would be 120 million God of War sold. That is not the case. There's money on the table. How do they get to this money? This money's in the PC realm. I hate the fact that every time I hear a PlayStation dude say, I don't need an Xbox console because I have a PC, you're still in the console. It's still in their ecosystem. Microsoft has done this to make sure that you, wherever you want to game, if it's on your cell phone, if it's on your console, if it's now on your televisions, wherever you want to game, you can game there. For PlayStation to survive, they must port those games over to PC. That is God of War. That is Spider-Man. That is... You start with Days Gone. You guys laughed at me when I told y'all before that it's gonna happen. It doesn't affect you if you purchased the game already, right? Did it affect me really when Nintendo decided to do this to me and I already had it? I already had the game, so I had a choice. I could stay pat and I can just play it here. I could just boot up my Wii U, or I can purchase the game on another platform that I actually game on with a little bit of resolution boost and stuff like that. The PC is no different, sir. The PC is no different. If the game Horizon Zero Dawn is playable on the PC, higher resolutions, better texture filtering, all this other stuff, it makes no problem to the PlayStation owner that doesn't want a PC. But the PC gamer that doesn't want a console game because he paid $5,000 for his PC, he has the opportunity to partake in what you're doing. They have to become a publisher. I told you when Sony became a publisher, you were in dire straits, because at that point in time, that means that those games could go anywhere for them to receive that money. For them to stay viable in this space, in this gaming space, they must be diverse. And if you want them to be restricted, that's you. You restrict yourself, but you cannot restrict a $1 billion company.
You know, King, if you look at the way that they did the studios, where they started, you know, I wouldn't say going away from the PlayStation brand, but they started, like, when they restructured the studios, I think people should have looked at that, because they're going a little bit like, you know, exactly what caused. They're going a little.
Who that?
Yo,
Who's that?
He said your stream went down. Who the hell dropped the stream?
I'm here to police. I'm here to police the situation.
Police are here? Oh man.
I'm here to police the situation.
Okay, first of all, I'm gonna have to do this to you, sir. On for your surgery, I'm gonna have to hit you with this. All right, so I want you to first do one thing. I want you to mute your mic. I don't need you talking. I don't need you animating your face. I don't need you laughing. I don't need you listening.
We already busted all of his stitches.
Yeah, his stitches is loose right now.
I'm past the 48-hour mark, sir.
Okay, all right.
Continue, King. I'm gonna hear this.
As I was saying, continue, King. Policing it. As I was saying, Jim Dance Moves Ryan is definitely complicit. He's going to be complicit to the point that, Blaze, you don't want to hear this. Now, if you want to be ridiculous and crazy and say day and date will never happen, that's an open-ended bet, right? Because once they became a publisher, once they got down with Epic, this is where the problem lies. You don't think them having a stake in the Epic store forces their hand to day and date and they want to make money? You don't think Epic wants to beat Steam? You don't think the pressure from Epic into getting games day and date on a PC, and that doesn't affect any PlayStation owner at all. If you own a PlayStation, you don't have a gaming PC, none of that stuff matters to you if it's in the Epic store. You know why? Because if a tree falls in the forest and you're not there to hear it, did it fall or not?
I hear you, King. A question I have for King, though, is the consensus I'm seeing online is people are feeling Jim Ryan kind of lied to them.
Right? He lied to everybody.
Right. So do you think it's more of a portrayal situation?
Yes.
That they feel that these games would have never come? Because the reality is they're only coming 3 years after, right? I mean, they come a year or two after.
It's not day and date yet.
Right. Give a boy an inch, he gonna take a yacht.
Right. So you know, so to us, we like, okay, they just setting you up for the greens because we've been there before.
What you've noticed is, and I'm telling you, you hear one announcement,
right?
Then you hear the next announcement. You know what? When I knew it was a problem, when they put that Crash Team Racing, that Smash Up Team Racing, the jump that game into PlayStation Now day and date.
Yeah, day and date.
When they did day and date on that Smash Team flop game, the 61 metrics, since y'all like metric scores.
And he said they're gonna be doing more of that with more releases.
Why?
I mean, he's buttering you up.
That's what I was about to say. Do you think that is the substitute? Because PS Plus, that's the attack of doing day and date with certain games in there.
You know, when PlayStation Plus or PlayStation Now is in the Epic store, this is where your knees are shipped to me. This is where your knees. See, they want to get PlayStation Now like Game Pass. How can we get these imaginary dollars? We need this magic money. I need magic money. I need to put an app on your device that I can get my game there, and you can purchase into this app, and I can make it viable day and date. I don't care what game it is. I don't care if you're gonna tell me it's mid-tier. I don't care what you say. PlayStation Now needs to be more viable. It came out first. Right. It's supposed to be the superior lead platform. Why isn't it more viable than Game Pass? The only reason why is one man had the vision, had the gumption, had the cojones to say all our first party games is coming here day and date, no matter what. He took the heat, but he was right. It was a gamble that he needed to make. Let Jim do his job. You brought him in to bring up the numbers, to shore up the numbers, to bring this magic money in, so you guys ain't always looking at bankruptcy. You're looking at bankruptcy every year, and it's really disgusting that y'all need a hit and if a game doesn't hit, then you're worrying about the doors closing. Japan. let me tell you something. Blaze, you don't like what I'm saying, but Sony themselves is turning their back on their home country. Japan is not a viable option to bail you out anymore. The games are not selling. People are leaving that place in droves. They're closing the Japanese studios down. And what is going to happen to you without your Japanese fan base? That these American people love those Japanese games. So what happens then?
It's what, bro? It's
Where's
one
the money?
studio. It's one studio.
Where's the money?
Well, hold on. What that one studio? Those workers they're being allocated to different studios. Some
Why? Because that studio is not viable.
Because that studio, all they did is assist other studios. They weren't really making.
But actually, that studio, I mean, maybe in recent years, but that studio was the lifeblood of PlayStation. Like if you look at Japan studio and the origins of PlayStation, right? PS1, that's the studio that put that, especially from a first party perspective, it put them on the map. So it to King's point, it's a kind of it's kind of an erasing of the heritage and sort of going a different route.
Jim is killing y'all.
But you know, hold on, King. But you know, but that studio, back in the day, but you know, over time they started doing other things.
Sony Santa Monica, right? That's what you're gonna tell me, right? You're gonna tell me Sony Santa Monica, right?
And a lot of their top studios, let's be real, they bought those studios too. Like they bought them.
Listen, my problem, King, is not what you said. The only problem I had out of everything you just spewed, and a lot of them were facts, okay? But the only thing I had a problem is that PlayStation needs to. If they don't do this, they're this, and I don't feel like they need to do anything.
They're going to die.
So the question becomes the viability of PlayStation, right?
Cog, I love you, man. I hope Cog is the voice of reason. Erica is too, but Cog, listen, whenever you hear Cog,
I'm trying to understand your mindset, because the only point that I see what King is saying, I see where you're going. The only point I'm trying to say is, let's just say hypothetically, if this saves the business model, let's say the old business model is not viable going into the next generation, and if this is the way to save it, is it an ego thing on us as gamers to say a year later that this game goes over there, but it saves Sony? I'm not saying it is. I'm just saying
it shouldn't be. It shouldn't be.
I don't even think it's necessary. They're on that. If we don't do this, we're gonna crash the shit thing. I think their mindset is, this giant market that's on tap. Why ain't we tapping that? Like,
it's just it's right in front of you. It's right in front of you, and it's like you say, like the conversations we're having are echo chamber conversations that we have because we're hardcore gamers.
Right.
When you look at the vast majority of people who own these platforms, the vast majority don't care about any of this, and they will play these games wherever they find them on, right? If they happen to be somebody who has a $2,025, $3,000 PC, they'll play them on PC. Or for a lot of people, the fact that it's exclusively on PlayStation doesn't mean anything to them.
Here's the thing too. Well, go ahead. Sorry.
No, go.
No. I was just gonna say, I think with some gamers, at least from what I kind of see the consensus, I think some of them are just afraid console gaming is going to die at some point. But the reality is, it's bigger than ever right now.
Yes.
Pandemic, kind of maybe has to do with it, but gaming
on Microsoft.
Gaming's not dying. It's not going. It's huge. It's bigger than like the movie industry right now. It's freaking huge.
I saw some.
But the
numbers.
climate. No, let me just say this. The climate, though. And the future. Remember, for a long time we were like, no, we'll never buy digital games. I'm all physical. All physical. It's not going to take over, right? And then what happens? Digital is freaking huge. It's the same thing going into next gen. It's like, I'll never do streaming. I'll never do PC.
Nintendo.
And then what happens? I used to be a console peasant, man. I was all about console master race, console this, console that. I don't need 60 frames. And then what happened? I'm on PC majority of the time. It changes, it just, you got to go, if you're a gamer, right? You want to play everything. You got to go with it, or else you're going to be left behind.
We always had 60. We had 60 back when we had CRTs. When we moved from CRT to the newer televisions, we got dumbed down to different frames. And a lot of these guys, first, I gotta give respect. Y'all really think I cap for Phil Dominus Maximus Aurelius Spencer? Yeah, I do. That's
Daddy Phil. That's Uncle Phil right there.
He ain't my daddy, but
Phil.
Daddy, what?
He's not feeling that designation.
You're not feeling daddy? All right. Just me then? It's just me. Okay.
My daddy
just me.
died in the war. But
I ain't never seen King almost blush.
Nah.
He was
down
like,
he looked down immediately.
I give him Phil Dominus Maximus Aurelius. But, I say this to say that he comes from back when gaming was 60 frames per second, CRTs and stuff like that. And I was watching Digital Foundry and John Lennon, my dear friend. You know, a lot of you guys don't really like him. I love him. I love him because he pointed out when we went from CRTs to these LCD television and these different refresh rates, that's when it hurt gaming. We never needed to make that jump. It wasn't for us. That was for the fans that needed smaller televisions. We would carry our big back televisions to play our games. We didn't care. The frame rates meant more to us than anything. And you know, Microsoft respects the frame rates, and they're going back to that cinematic thing that y'all guys was talking about, the Sony way, the cinematic way. Let's stop that. They can't do it. The PlayStation 5 is a weaker, underpowered, less storage.
Let's transition into our next topic. Let me get. Oh my Lord.
Smoke is here.
I respect King so much that I told myself back because I got so much love. Listen, bro, I got every system, King. You know I got 4 Xbox One X's.
Of course, man. Of course.
But you don't got a Series X though.
That's because of
you're frauding. So don't let that bet hold you back from greatness.
I won the bet. All
right, so go pick up your Series X now.
Where? Tell me where I can find it.
Exactly. It's sold out. So all you guys talking about these MPDs and these numbers, like the PlayStation is winning, you can't buy it, but you want it. Thank you so much for giving me that.
No, the Xbox. Look, I haven't seen an Xbox nowhere. An Xbox. I haven't seen an Xbox nowhere. I gotta be honest.
What about an S? You got an S? You want an S?
I haven't seen no Xboxes.
Well, I was able to get so many of them.
You're King David. I don't know.
Oh, thank you.
You got the logo sign. I don't know. The logo.
No, but listen, Blaze. I come across one. You have one tonight. I got you.
I'll throw you. I'll cash app you, bro.
I got you.
All right.
All right, let's get these. So we have a
topic.
Which topic is that? So I can skip to it, sir.
The storage.
Storage.
Oh, the storage. Oh, this should be interesting. Okay, happy to see you, Lord Cog. Raiden Blade with the £5 super chat. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, bro.
Then we got the Living Flame, $2 super chat. Don't push yourself, Cog. We love you. Take care. So, yeah, Cog. Somebody on here was talking mad smack about how you're getting. I don't know who that was.
Yeah, some other host.
I'm not hosting. I don't know what you're talking about. I just read super chat. That's all I do.
I'm bankrolling the money.
Did you hear that?
All I know is that the iron back has been depleted in recent years.
Yo,
that's
listen,
all I know.
You gotta stop running with this.
You know what's funny? You know what's funny?
This is gospel.
Cognito don't want to show his mouth because he got a grill now.
You got ice grills. Yo, then we have Smitty Smith with the $10 super chat. Built from the ground up for the PlayStation 5, the power of the SSD. We believe in generations. Who wants to play old games? Now go play on PC. What a tangled web we weave. The book of it. Yo, Smitty Smith is on fire today. Then we have the Raiden Blade once again. Hold on, I skipped with the £5 super chat. I don't have time to play or own 2 consoles, but I'm looking forward to seeing PS Now app on Xbox, and it will happen at some point. Hey, stranger things have happened. All right, so we're going to get into this next topic, the PS5 storage expansion delay. Lord King, would you like me to serve it up for you, sir?
Yes, please do so. Thank you.
Frame that.
So, along with the announcements of PSVR 2, which we'll talk about in a little bit, and the games coming to PC.
Shout out to the cops.
This out to the cops. Yeah, Boogie Down in the Bronx. Thank you. Boogie Down. You know how it goes. There's this drama going on in the streets. Sony announced that they will not have a solution for PS5 SSD expansion until the summer. And they're saying that the firmware update that will bring this to fruition, in addition to allowing, so the assumption is that we're going to get third-party SSDs that are on par with the internal SSD by the summertime. Now, along with that, they're indicating that's going to increase fan speeds, which means this baby's going to get hot, very, very hot. Very hot. So King immediately jumped on this. So if you didn't get enough of King the last topic, you're going to get a whole lot of King right now. So King, this is your topic. You were very adamant about talking about this. Let's get into it.
Serving up these L's. How do those knees feel? You need some numbing agents for these knees because I want to take them with ease. I don't want you screaming.
Give me some knees, please.
When we chopping them off, I want you to mail them to Mount Vernon. Send them to Westchester, New York, where the king resides. Money earning Mount Vernon. We got to change that name to Knees earning Mount Vernon. I told you, dudes, when you was capping and slapping them knees. It's, Sony's SSD is super fast, bro. So super fast. It was super fast, man. I'm gonna tell you, you never seen an SSD like me.
That voice,
SSD like me.
And you've never seen it because it's not there. Microsoft is selling they 1 terabit solution, $250. And when PlayStation come out with their solution, it's gonna be cheaper. You don't got a solution. You don't have a solution. You know what the solution is? Shut up and wait. The solution is, and you can't even go in there and put your own in there because it's locked out. They locked you out. You got an expansion. Yo, it remind me. Remember when we was looking at the Nintendo and they had the expansion bay that they never used?
They never used.
And we had all these wild thoughts. Yo, they're gonna put all this extra.
Why you got to your shoulders like that?
And they're gonna do so much. All right, so this is the breakdown. Sony was doing it in the background. And remember all that heat and dissipation that they were saying that Microsoft was running hot, the Series X was running so hot and stuff like that. When they did they studies, they realized that the console was running hot. The fan noise was super loud. They didn't want that narrative because the PlayStation Pro gets really loud. The PlayStation regular gets really loud. So they wanted this to be a quiet system. They wanted the heat dissipation to be great. So this is locked off from that right now because they're telling you exactly the system was overheating. Was it overheating to the point that it made failures? Remember, this is a juggling system. They're balancing power and speed between the CPU and between the GPU. So it's not a fixed base system. It is poorly designed, to be honest with you. And I think that is coming to fruition right about now. Now, the SSD not being there hampers them in this next generation because we have a Call of Duty. And if you have to delete games off your hard drive to play a game or don't put certain areas of a game, just one single game, this is one single game that you can't play in its entirety in your PlayStation 5, that is a problem. And now you're going to say, but you can't do that on your Series S. Shut up and go purchase the 1 terabit SSD that's available, that Microsoft made sure that you didn't have to make these compromises in the beginning of your console generation. You should not be limited to how you play your games. You should be always accessible at any time in between because both of those are indistinguishable in the Microsoft platform. There is no solution for the PlayStation. It's egregious enough that they didn't go above and beyond. Both manufacturers didn't put 1 terabit in there, but that would have raised the cost.
Right.
The fact that you cannot have a solution until the summertime, and they lied to you in the beginning, they told you one will be available after you is a severe bait and switch. And I don't see enough PlayStation dudes screaming and yelling that they can't add more games because there is zero solution.
Because that's my frustration. Because it was kind of brought to our attention like there would be a whole bunch of third-party solutions that we would be able to use as long as we match up the correct speed, right?
We give you a list.
And we'll give you a spec. So I'm like, okay, their internal in-house solution, proprietary solution isn't ready. That's cool. We could use a third party. But now you're like, oh, we need a firmware update. So in order for it to work, so it doesn't overheat the system. So now, from a design standpoint, that just sounds wild. I'm not a hardware designer, but that sounds wild.
Yeah,
this
sounds
scary.
Let's
be real. The size of these games are so large. They're so large. At least with these Series X, I have that USB 3.0 as a caddy. So I'm like, okay, whatever I'm not using now that's big, transfer you over.
Can't do that.
You have no option. So it's like I have about 4 or 5 games on my PS5, and I'm like, damn, guess I got to take Ghost of Tsushima off. Or I got to take this one off because I got to download this. And it just puts
you don't though. I'll give you. Listen, I don't want to cut you off.
No,
look. Listen. First of all, Sony not having any expansion is unacceptable. Number one.
Yes.
That's just ridiculous. The fact, and it's like I guarantee you when they show what's available. Hey, you can buy this NVMe. You can buy this one. You can buy. I guarantee you some are already on the market right now, but they just don't want to do the update because they want to make sure.
Yeah.
Right.
Blaze, are you recovering from surgery too? But
I just don't want to get. I don't want to get.
Listen, your surgery is not up here. Your surgery is below your legs.
Let the man finish.
I got him right there in the box.
Blaze.
Listen, man, he called me with that. I'm like, wait, what is it?
What are you talking about?
Listen, I was just saying how. See, now I got to defend Sony. Never mind.
No.
But look, it's unacceptable. It really is, bro. It really is. They I know. I was mad. I was like, oh, Xbox got this proprietary thing. Like, how you guys even complaining? They went proprietary. That's so bad. That means if there's nothing available, you have to go with Xbox. That's really bad. That it's proprietary. But you know what? I seen those little storage things everywhere. At Target, there was plenty of them.
Yeah.
But PlayStation, it's really unacceptable. But there's one solution. I bought an SSD. And the only good thing about it, it doesn't save Sony. It's not making up for their bad flaws. But like you said, Ghost of Tsushima, that's a PS4 game enhanced with PS5 features. Right? And Days Gone and Call of Duty Modern Warfare. Those are huge games. But, bro, if you buy an SSD, it automatically downloads to that SSD. So you're not using up your precious PS5. So I recommend to anybody that got a PS5, just buy a SSD, a 500 gigabyte.
The only thing, not to cut you, Blaze, the problem I'm having is if I keep my SSD connected when I do that, I'll boot up and it'll be like, oh, we're rebuilding the database. Like it's this weird crashing stuff. Like it has this problem that if you keep it in that sleep mode or the rest mode, shut up.
Really, I had no issues at all.
Yeah, I've been having it. If you
because you know what, it has that option. It has that option when it goes into sleep mode where it asks you if you want to turn off your storage.
Yes.
And apparently, not turning it off when updates come through or whatever, certain things, they haven't been able to pinpoint the problem. But the same thing, that's why I don't have any sort of SSD connected.
I disconnected it because I'm like, yo, I'm not gonna keep booting my PS5 off rest mode. And every time I'm booting it up, oh, we found the error. Let's rebuild the database.
I love Jason Ronald and the team. And
but Con, that happened to Solid Rev too. Like his PS5 was defective. He got rid of it and bought a Series X, and that's it.
No, but as soon as I start disconnecting it, it don't do it no more.
It was fine. Yeah, it just seems like if you put it in sleep mode, your best bet is not to have anything connected. Like the only thing I have connected is my controller and the headset.
Is when it wakes up, it can't read.
Let me ask you guys something.
Man, the PlayStation can't even sleep correctly. That's crazy.
Oh my god,
that's a design flaw.
Oh my god,
the PlayStation's insomniac, man. It's insomniac.
Listen, bro. I haven't experienced none of that.
Who Where am I?
What is these wires on me? Who are you? Get off of me.
You know what? You know what, King? You know what, King? I think I finally found something that has worse sleeping issues than I do.
It's okay. I'm the SSD. I got all your PlayStation 4 games. Get it off of me. Who are you? Reboot you.
Hey,
I like how you said PS4 games.
I don't have that issue at all. I plug it into my USB-C, man.
All the games are PS4 anyway, so it doesn't matter.
So Erica, what are your thoughts on this? Have you had any issues?
I have not hooked up an SSD or any kind of external. I actually can throw some shade on this PS5 because it's been dusty. I don't even have enough games on there to hit that max. So I'm not even there yet.
I love you.
I've been playing Ghost of Tsushima, all right, here and there. I played Demon Souls, beat that, and I'm like, okay, back to my PC. I haven't really got there to even need an SSD, but I am one of those people that I do not like to delete games. I like to, because if I know I'm going to go back to it within the season or whatever, it's like I want it there. I don't want to keep constantly deleting and reinstalling. It takes too long. So I can see where you guys are coming from. That's a bad problem. That's a design flaw.
It is. So what is what's your take on this sort of delay and what it's going to do to the console potentially? Like, would you rather wait for a first party solution, or would you risk getting a third party solution?
Oh my God, that's a good question. It depends. It depends on the price, I think, on which is, what the price is for each of them, and would I take the risk? If I knew it was like messing up my games or doing something to that console, I probably wouldn't take the risk. I'd have to wait, I guess. But then if you're desperate, I mean, then at that point, maybe I am deleting games at that point just to avoid it. You know what I mean?
And that's the operative word is desperate, right? And
I gotta get to
2 weeks ago, I came out here. I was like, here, I finally folded. Here's this little card that I bought for $220. But I'm happy since then, right? I'm happy. Like,
Come on, man. I know everybody that got PS5s, they got externals hooked up, and there's no issues, man. Like, I don't know.
I haven't got one yet.
Oh, did you see? Holla at your boy, Richard Review Tech. You got it up there right now too. You
guys are crazy, man.
That must be just it's just random, because I swear to God, my shit goes in rest mode all the time. I don't know.
Can I ask a question? Is there a need to have like 15, 20 games downloaded?
I do.
It's more of like not wanting to download them again.
So you're just downloading games you're rarely going to play, if ever play.
Like, you got to remember people that have they have they have data caps and stuff like that. You download something once, you don't want to have to do it again. And
that's true.
I got 19 terabytes and I use all of it. All right, so I download. I download.
So you're playing 19 terabytes worth of games.
But I don't care, because I download it willy-nilly, and I just do it because I wanna. Boop, it's there. Get over here. Boop, get over here. See, the thing what Blaze said, and y'all keep missing it. Y'all keep missing it. PlayStation 5 don't have any games, so he can hook up his SSD to it and play all those wonderful PlayStation 4 games, that last generation butters. Listen, I told you guys the hard launch was in March. It's here. It's around the corner. You're gonna start seeing PlayStation 5s available, and then the real launch is when the SSD come out, because that's when they actually really ready. Both of these consoles had a problem. Yeah. Both of them, right?
Came in hot.
And I'm going to give Jason Ronald and his team the win in this category when it came to design, when it came to execution, when it came to getting you your all-in-one package available at launch where you can game without compromise. Now, where they faulted at, they faulted in the dev kits.
Yeah.
Sony dev kits was on point, fantastic. Their games ran flawless in the beginning, and a lot of their games also that was multiplats was outpacing the bigger, stronger dude. They was running rings around him. It was looking like Roy Jones fighting Mike Tyson in there, and literally they held their own until the development kits matured. Now we're starting to see the separation in certain things, but both of these consoles have their issues. The SSD is a huge problem. I would love to have a extra SSD in my PlayStation that I do not use it. I'm not lying to you guys. When Ratchet & Clank comes out, I'm going to play it. I'm going to beat it. I'm going to move on. I'm not going to cap and say that it doesn't bother me. It doesn't affect me, but I'm still upset for a lot of you guys that it is affecting, that's having this issue. That's why I brought it up. Just not to just bash on Sony, and I like to have fun with them.
I can't imagine what it's like for somebody who's primarily on PlayStation, who has a lot of games, who plays all of their third-party stuff on there.
And
that's crazy. That's crazy, because the thing is, again, that's the problem I was having on Xbox. All of a sudden, you're looking at it and you're like, I gotta delete this, I gotta re-download this, I gotta move this to the external, which you don't have that option right now on the PlayStation. But for me, as somebody who has their PlayStation for their first-party stuff, even then it's still it's crazy, because again, all the like the Ghost of Tsushima, putting on the Last of Us 2, exactly. Exactly.
Damn, you know what, King, you got 19 terabytes. You know, I was just thinking that's crazy, because Gears 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, all the Halos, all the Forzas. You know, that's a lot. It takes up a lot of space.
Why you only say those 3, Blaze?
Why you only said those games?
I'm just saying. Those are the games that they got. That's all.
Big Mac, large fries, and a Coke. Big Mac.
Yo, he said throw the shot. You see the shot?
He said the multiple iterations of each game.
That was.
You gotta have 1 through 5, man. You can't miss. You can't have 1, 2, and no 4. You gotta have 1 through 5.
Blaze,
the whole slate.
Blaze definitely premeditated that.
Yes. He thought about it,
bro. Because I'm looking at my body, I got all these bruises. I'm like, well, I gotta punch this guy back.
You gotta let the respect go, Blaze.
I love it. The thing is, I've been on 4 podcasts this week, so I feel this is the other thing. I feel like I'm repeating myself. I've been battling. I've been doing this 4.
Damn.
Everybody wants Blaze this week.
This is Blaze's week.
It's the Blaze.
Going through it.
They want to Blaze. Pause.
Right.
I say this, Blaze. When you get a Series X, you'll be happy.
I will be. I want one.
You know why
really
you'll be happy?
One.
You'll be happy. You can stop playing with Erica on PC. You know why? PlayStation has no games.
Well, actually, technically, Rogue Company's a cross-play, so
but he rather game on PC than knock the dust off that 5. But you're gonna get that Series X, and it's going to change your life, bro. You know it. You know I'm not capping. You know I'm not capping. Listen, your controllers don't work.
You're not wearing a hat. You're right.
Check this out. Check this out. Your controllers don't work. Your SSD's not there.
Oh God.
You know, you have the weakest juggling console.
When did this happen?
What do you got to lose?
Listen,
oh my God!
You know where I got that reference from. If you understand me, you understand Philly.
No, I do.
What do you have to lose?
Unbelievable. You guys put out a $200 controller because your controllers didn't work.
You. You got that $200 controller because your controller breaks and you only got 40 days to play it. So
40 days.
When you turn your console on, if you game for 40 days straight, your controller will die. You must have the Amazon package. I like now that what they did with PlayStation 5 controllers and the Amazon, they already have a timer down, so it's linked to your Amazon account, so AWS. And I saw it like, is a little ticker inside your Amazon.
They ship you a new one.
They ship you a new one right before your old one dies.
Hey, who has the stronger year? Like who do you think has the most games coming? Like
your games are next year, so you don't have no games this year.
We do though.
What game? Ratchet and Clank. That's it.
Yeah, I mean, we got Resident Evil demo. Can you play that demo next week?
Demo.
No, you did, Blaze.
Wait, are you out here?
Erica was disgusted by that.
Hey, can you play that demo? You can't play that demo. See
did you just dance for a demo? Wait, please listen to my demo. Wait, did you just dance for a demo?
I knew not get him. Hey, Ratchet and Clank. You said you want to play Ratchet and Clank.
Thank you. I got 8 hours. 8 hours strong, and it's gone.
You know what that reminds?
What about that Returnal?
Returnal gonna be fire when it's on sale.
It's already 61 Metacritic, right?
It's already 61 Metacritic.
How is it Metacritic already?
Somebody already checked it out. It's already 61. I don't think it get over 65.
What?
I don't think it get over 60. What was your last Metacritic game? It was a Crash Team Racing Dusty game, right?
That game, listen, I can't believe they were going to sell that for $70.
Destruction All Stars?
Yes.
They were about to sell that game for $70.
I heard it's bad.
Didn't you see they backtracked and now it's $20 on the store?
It was only going to be for the month, right? And then
you see their intentions.
If you think about it,
to sell it for
it was going to be $70. That was
if you think about it, like. That is so slimy. The first one,
I mean, even though that figured it out beforehand,
though that it went into PlayStation Plus, like there's some people out there that bought that for a full $70.
Oh yeah, but then a month later, refunds, though.
And then a month later, it's $20. Like it's just
Returnal look fire, by the way. Look, I'm not saying he's gonna be the next.
That's what I was gonna ask you, Blaze.
That looks
it looks good. It looks
Let me ask you, Blaze, before I
think Returnal looks like.
What was your feeling? I don't know if y'all talked about it. What was your feeling on the state of play?
Yeah, we could talk about it real quick here.
Then I got a boogie because it's better.
Listen, The state of play was.
It's the medicine kicking in.
The state of play.
Medicine wearing off.
The state of play was very average. It was. They showed like Sony could have just released some trailers. They didn't need to, unless it was like a deep dive to show Ratchet and Clank. Like all the games they showed is stuff like we knew was coming. Like there was a couple cool unique games like the Sci-Fu game and. But for me,
with the Sci-Fu.
Yeah.
Seafood.
Returnal looked good, but other than that, it was a really average show.
Was garbage.
So just out of curiosity,
it was trash.
Blaze, just out of curiosity, do you think that Horizon Zero Dawn's coming out this year?
No.
Oh, you think it's gonna
No way.
I think it's coming.
Because me and Cognito were talking. I was like, I think it got delayed. Like I'm really starting to think Incognito
that stuff is coming.
Cognito was like, I don't know, man.
Loving us right now.
Cognito was like, I don't know, man. I think it's coming out this year. How about literally like an hour after you get off the phone with him, there's articles being written by almost anyone you could think of saying that it's got delayed to 2022. Like,
hell no.
I don't know, man. I mean,
Wouldn't be surprised.
Even if it comes, you still figure they got a summer blockbuster to kind of promote it if it is going to come this year.
Blockbuster they got this summer. All their games has been delayed. What?
Oh my god!
I know, but King, you don't even have a game coming out this year.
Okay. So, all right.
No Halo?
Check this out.
No, Halo ain't coming.
You already know.
Halo ain't coming.
Right. Yo, Blaze.
Halo ain't coming.
This is where the guns be cocked, right? This is the part.
Let me put on my vest.
This is where you was yelling out a demo and we jump out the bushes like, gotcha, right?
What's up?
Bethesda.
Yeah.
Let's talk this smoke. You want to talk smoke? Let's talk this smoke.
I like Bethesda games.
So you're gonna love them when you buy it on the X.
Are you implying that Deathloop is going to be broken on the PlayStation 5? Will it be sabotaged on the PlayStation 5?
They're not going to get it over there.
That
They're not going to get Starfield
announced to be Microsoft exclusive.
So the show is coming up in March. We all know this. Nice little, unbeknownst to a lot of other people, show in March to announce the acquisition, the highly sought after, highly paid for, $7 billion acquisition in the Microsoft fold. And I believe on that day you're gonna get Starfield, and Starfield's coming out this year.
Ooh. Yeah, so and I think it's going to be an exclusive too.
Yeah.
Wait, Starfield's coming out this year?
Yeah.
Yeah. You want to put knees on that? You want to put knees on that?
Yeah, I actually look. Me and King, we could take a knee each.
Yeah.
So
I'll take your ankles for this one too.
Listen, I hope it comes out, but I don't think it's coming.
I don't want to hear none of that. Are we taking your knees or not?
Listen,
all right. You think Starfield's coming out?
Yes. This year.
Oh man.
This year?
This year.
And Xbox exclusive?
Before Halo.
Before Halo.
Before Halo.
I'm not going that far. I'm not jumping out the building.
I think Halo's November. I think they're just going to wait till
November.
Halo's November.
Yeah, Halo's coming out in November.
If that is the case, that would be two major.
I think Halo's October.
Yeah, you're
I
too
think
confident
it's on his anniversary to promote properly. But anyway, like I was saying, the Bethesda deal and all the games that was under the umbrella, $7 billion is a reason. All right, so these PlayStation games are next year. You got paid for demos. Demos for a game. Thank you for demoing a game that's going to play better on the Series X, maybe on the Series S. That's keeping pace for the $500 console. They could do 4K. Because right now they're doing 4K and they doing 60 frames per second. They're doing exactly what you're doing, but they're doing it cheaper. Hello. Can I get a lock card, please?
Okay, you don't think what you call is coming this year? You don't think what is it? Horizon is coming this year?
Hell no.
Wow.
I'm
first of
low-key
all,
starting to
Forza's
think
not
it's
coming this year.
too.
Horizon's not coming this year, and God of War's not coming this year. None of those.
So they just gonna end with.
So what's the game?
So what's the lineup?
What's the game?
Okay, well the lineup is going to be little
it's gonna be
things that they had in the background and stuff that they purchased for a minute. So that what was that game that they
you gonna have the Deathloop, the
can
now that I mean there's rumors that actually Final Fantasy 16 is this year.
Yeah,
no, that's
I believe
not
so.
This year.
I believe they're gonna have.
We haven't really seen enough gameplay to think that that's this year.
They had the Luffy thing, right? They have the Final Fantasy VII.
Yeah, that's the summer
upgrade.
Listen,
right?
King, you guys can win a year, bro. As long as we you can take the hill. As long as we take the whole city, you're good.
Listen,
good, bro.
you know,
it ain't gonna matter because the Breath of the Wild 2 come out, it's folding everybody else.
That ain't coming till like 10 years.
I know.
Ain't coming soon.
And that's not coming to next year. You got Skyward Sword in July, and then Nintendo's gonna ride out. They can do.
Oh yeah, we're getting all kind of remasters at the end. We're gonna get a bundle just like Mario. That's
Erica, real quick. What did you
gonna be a top selling too. State of Play. I didn't see the whole thing. I just kind of saw the highlights, trailers, because Kenna is one of my. One of my most anticipated is Kenna. Yes. So I watched that trailer.
Nice.
Beautiful. I can't freaking wait for that game. August though, I thought it would be sooner, but you know, I could wait.
What did you think about the gameplay?
It looks awesome. I like I like the gameplay itself. It kind of reminded me
of Zelda. It reminded
me of Zelda a little bit. You got the bow and arrow, you got the abilities that seem to come from her staff.
What did you think about the downgrade?
The downgrade? What downgrade?
Okay,
what are we talking about?
So when we first saw it, we saw it only in cinematic form. So they gave the impressions that this was what the game would look like.
Why did Cog say, oh no?
So when they actually showed the game running, it looked like PlayStation 4 game to me.
And
it's
statements like this that people think that we're Xbox
Blaze, I'm with you, Blaze.
This is why. Wait a minute. Didn't they say it's coming to PS4 as well? No.
Yes.
It is. And PC.
Everything
it's on PC as well.
PlayStation 4. Why? Because you can only play.
So hold on.
Look. Kenna is one of those games where the art style, it's timeless. Yeah, it's not going to be realistic. It's not going to be like freaking knocking your socks off. Maybe it's still going to be beautiful. It kind of reminded me of like an Ori kind of style, but like 3D with Zelda.
You look at it 10 years later, it's still going to look great.
Exactly. That's the kind of look it has.
It looks like a Pixar movie. Like it looks like
a Pixar.
If Kenna was on Xbox, it'd be completely different.
Right, exactly.
Throw the Phil Dominus logo.
But no, King, wait.
King, no. King, you're being biased, King. You're being biased.
Time out though.
Get me.
Doesn't
it
say?
In Game Pass, I'm playing it.
There you go.
But King, doesn't it say in the fine print for Kenna? It's like a timed console exclusive. Yeah. It's coming to Xbox. So will you say it's beautiful then?
Yeah. No. And I'm gonna say this right.
He's gonna say that X is gonna make it a next gen game.
It's
gonna get a boost.
It's gonna look better. It's gonna play better. It's gonna be better. But we know this. But I'm not buying it. If it's not in Game Pass, I'm not buying it. I'm being real with you.
It'll be in Game Pass.
If it's in Game Pass, then I'm trying it, but I'm not buying it.
Oh my God!
Nintendo is the only.
So wait a minute.
That get me to do this dumb
get America.
Okay, why?
There's a lot of flip flopping going on here.
Get America.
Give me.
Well, I know you're not really a PC gamer, so I can't really use that part of it. But you're willing to pay $60 for a Nintendo freaking port. A dusty port.
Yes. I do this for you. Go ahead. And I'm gonna tell you why.
Yeah, let it go.
Tell me when you want me to stop it. I'm gonna keep it going for you.
Yeah. I said this on Twitter too. Kenna looks like what Zelda should be looking like, and you don't want to pay money for I think Kenna's $40. But you want to spend it on a dusty Skyward Sword that looks the same as 10 years ago?
All right,
that don't make no sense.
60. Check it out.
$60?
Check it out.
Thank you.
That is $40, right?
It's supposed to be. I heard. I don't know for sure. But
if it's true, understand this. Anytime PlayStation and Sony know they can sell you something for $40, that means it's actually $10 worth of content. Okay, because they're the ones that champion $70 games, right? They're the ones that's forcing $70 games down you guys' throats, and you guys are loving it. So when they tell you it's $40, be on the lookout.
Are you implying Miles Morales stuff? What are you implying?
Listen, I'm implying this is something else, but it's not DLC. This is the original game. But okay. You said the dusty port, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
With this dusty port, I'm going to take 4 controllers, sit down with my kids, and we're going to play.
You could have did that on the Wii U. You could have did that on the
Wii U. You could have pulled the Wii U out.
No. On this Wii U, I do not have 4 controllers.
You don't have 4 tablets?
You are out of your mind. My kids had to take turns playing that game.
Yo, by the way, if you can find the Wii U anywhere, it's still at full price.
Yeah, it is.
Dude, Nintendo, their prices, a sale for Nintendo is like $5 off.
Yeah, right.
It's wild.
And
Nintendo gets away
Wiimotes
with
for
so
that.
much.
Ken, you can use the Wiimotes for the.
Well, listen, I don't have a Wii remote, no place. But okay, so. And I'm not gonna lie, when Kenna comes out for Xbox, if it's not in Game Pass, I'm not gonna buy it. All right.
See, that's wild to me. So maybe you're just not feeling it that much.
No,
maybe.
it's not that. The game looks nice. I don't. I am spoiled. You understand when you go to the buffet and then you take your kids to a regular restaurant, what the restriction levels is? Like when you gotta pay for each meal, you like,
hey, wait a minute.
This is stupid. Like, this is ridiculous. Like, I take my kids to the buffet. They told me, they all looked at me with tears in their eyes, right? Because they never understood what a buffet was about, right? And I didn't notice this until when we was eating the meal.
Yeah.
And they realized, they said, this is eating with no restrictions. This is because they said, where's the menu, Daddy? Right? I said, oh, there's no menu. I said, you see all that stuff out there? That's you.
So that's
they looked at me and they looked back at me like, you God. You are God.
Yeah, man. Can I have all of Can I partake in all of this?
So my son, he don't ever get, like, when we go to a restaurant, you know, you tell your children, all right, you can have the burgers, fries, and shake. They eat off the kids' menu. Yo, the kids' menu. Madam, he's not to order from anything else on the kids' menu. So now they
chicken fingers.
I'm having my son is like, I'm having these ribs, I'm having shrimp, I'm having this, I'm having that. Ma'am, may I have some juice, please? And he's getting fruit, he's getting ice cream, he's getting cookies, he's whatever they wanted, they had. That's Game Pass for me, right? So you're telling me to go to Arby's or whatever the hell.
Kenna ain't no Arby's.
Oh my God. Erica, he likes leftover food that everybody else can
listen,
right.
But my food come out fresh date and date.
No. But listen, can you bring up the buffet example? You know the buffet has some nasty.
Everybody's
breathing on it. Everybody's like, ha.
Wait a second.
Everybody breathing on it, touching it.
I don't know where you go to your buffet, but if you ever had partaken in Game Pass, you will understand it's a premium buffet.
You know they got that hard garlic bread on there that hasn't been, you know what I mean? You're gonna skip that. You're gonna go to the ribs. Yes.
No.
It's fresh.
I'm sorry. I gotta go to
you got the hard pizza, the hard bread.
I have to
Golden Corral.
I have to fight for her because they're giving her some stale food at her buffet. And you need to get out of that PlayStation now and come over. You see, this is what happens. See, Blaze, this is what happens when y'all eat that PlayStation Now food. You think it's stale, you think it's old food. But over here, we get fresh direct.
Time. We've completely. I have no clue how we're talking about buffet stuff. Time.
No, I'm just saying this. I'm not gonna play that game unless it's inside Game Pass. To be honest with you, I'm gonna keep it real with you. It doesn't pique my interest in the part where I have to spend money.
Yeah,
my money, you have to earn it. Right? And it has to be a reason for me to run out and go get it. So far this year, Nintendo has earned my money twice or 3 times. Even the cat tells you, what are you talking about? We don't like buffets. We love buffets.
She's trying to get in on this.
She's trying to get on. She's trying to get in.
Yeah.
The last thing of the Final Fantasy thing with the State of Play, did y'all feel it's a hustle with
it's definitely a hustle.
We talked about the Yuffie thing, like why
Yuffie, not Yuffie,
Yuffie, because it's whack.
Yuffie.
I don't like that at all. I don't like that. Sony's giving out, like Final, like PS
Isn't
Plus
it free,
next month.
Blaze? Isn't it free this next month?
Yeah, it's going to be free. Final Fantasy, Farpoint, a lot of good games, right?
Yeah.
Remnant, great games. Yeah. But the thing is, if you get that version, you can't get. Yeah. That's whack to me. It's like, man, like, look, everybody who wanted Final Fantasy already bought it. Anybody that wanted to play it has already bought it and played it for the most part. Man, get like your PS Plus. That's a great perk. Like, yo, I'm signing up for PS Plus because I want this PS5 enhancement. But like now, it's like, damn, like I don't know, man. I don't like that about that. I understand it's a money thing, man, but I don't like it.
It's kind of dirty. Yeah.
The sad part about it is they got me. Like,
yeah, I know they got you.
I can sit here and I can.
And you're confident when it comes to Xbox. Whenever it comes to Xbox, you're getting it too.
Sadly, I'm buying a PS5 for that game. I'm not waiting for it to come on. I don't even think it's coming. Like, oh yeah, I'm 100%
It might come
serious.
to Xbox when the next console releases.
I ain't waiting a day.
So long.
I ain't waiting a day for Final Fantasy. Like, I ain't waiting an hour.
I felt the best game that was inside that the terrible
State of
play
Sifu
was Deathloop.
Of course, because
it's a Game Pass.
Come on, King.
We understand, King.
It's going to Xbox. Is that why?
That's arcane, you know.
Shout out to the company that's been purchased by.
And he told me last time that he hated Prey. Now all of a sudden he like that.
Wait, no, I didn't say that. Hold on.
You know what's crazy?
Yeah,
a lot of people,
I love Prey.
capping for Deathloop never played the Dishonored games.
Yeah,
Like,
I played
Dishonored's awesome. Yeah,
I got all those games and I paid for them. But at this point in time, listen, we know it was a piss poor show. You guys was yelling out, "Oh,
Not even a
God,
show,
we're gonna
man.
be there. They're gonna show decent. They're gonna show."
Oh, that's the delusional fanboys that want to make clicky videos to get people thinking Silent Hills. That's all that whack
So
stuff.
why don't they make the same videos telling how garbage the show was?
It was garbage.
Okay,
It was
thank you.
mid. I told you that, bro. I'm always gonna be honest with you.
No, you've been real. Blaze been real. Well.
Yeah.
Because you got other dudes out here yelling out, "It was the best show ever."
Yeah, those are the
hard
fake
out here.
PlayStation gamers, bro.
it's like I put on. It's like I put on Twitter. Let Microsoft come out with an inside Xbox. Let them end on someone else's game, and let them end not only on someone else's game, but an expansion from someone else's game, and see how quick the internet turns on. But you know, when it's PlayStation, everyone and their mom has expectations. Everyone does. Oh, I didn't expect nothing, but literally Microsoft will tell you, yo, we ain't gonna have nothing. This is gonna be for a certain demographic. This is bull. I'm done with this. Like,
yeah, well, Microsoft never has nothing, but
That's why you gaming
So there's
on
no
PC
expectations?
after this with Erica.
Erica,
Let's hop on. Let's go, Blaze.
You can't be making up lies like this.
you know, and you know,
No doubt. Big shout out to the boss for coming through. Feel better, bro.
And you know, we got to give a shout out to Luca. We got to give a shout out to Luca, man.
Where's Luca?
Like her famous quote this week. One of these PlayStation insiders going to be right.
Oh yeah, they're never right.
Bro, no PlayStation. All these dudes don't own nothing, man.
Nah, nothing.
So,
I have been told more.
Yo,
I have been told more PlayStation behind the scenes stuff from Xbox people than PlayStation people.
Yo, Blaze, always love, brother. Erica, you already know it. Thank you.
All right, Cog.
There's doubt.
My medicine.
Thanks for coming through.
Hey, God.
Nice to see you.
Bye.
Bye. Go rest.
Keep them in check.
Yeah, exactly. I promised to that person that was talking bad about you. I'll make sure I take care of them.
I'm not pocketing money for no job.
Bye.
Yo, Saul.
No doubt. What's up?
All right, back to the smoke, Blaze.
Hold on, you guys got oh, he did it when the boss left. See that? Yo, you guys got faith in Halo coming up though. I'm serious. Like, do you guys really believe?
Listen,
in Halo?
man. They came and they gave a date. They're working on it. They're showing pictures. They haven't showed any more video, which I want to see at some point fairly soon.
Pictures though.
Yeah. Well, I mean, they're gonna be comparable, man. They're gonna be comparable. We can't say these machines aren't capable of that. So, of the pictures that they showed of Halo Infinite, are PC pictures. I'm confident it's coming out this year.
I assume the Series X is going to look similar, if not identical, to what those pictures were.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know what the Xbox original one's going to look like. You know, hopefully.
Yikes.
They gotta stop that, bro.
It ain't coming out. If it comes out on Xbox One, it's going to be powered by the cloud, and that's it. Whatever.
There'll be needs.
Let's
go
hurry
one
up and
way or another there.
Let's hurry up and do these last two topics.
Let's blaze through these last two topics. Let me get these super chats before, because we have a bunch, and actually I missed some from before, so I will read those out. We got, let me see, Stitch with the $2 super chat. I'm here for the smoke. Get him, King. We got all the smoke. Then we got Everborn with a $2 super chat. I don't know if he put anything on this one, but thank you again, brother. Oh no. Dance Moves is Sony's Tim Cook / Steve Ballmer. Yeah. Have you ever seen Steve Ballmer dancing with the sweaty armpits and all that?
Yeah, I love him.
Then we got 108 Dragons TV. Good to see you on, Cog. Hardcore gamers never let anything stop them. Get well, my brother, no doubt. And actually, I have another one from 108 that I missed. Good afternoon, ILP. Thank you, brother. Then we have Jean-Marc Louis with the $5 super chat. Jim Ryan don't go on PlayStation podcast because all they do is talk about Xbox. Then we have Kay Asante with the $5 super chat. Speak on it, King. Folks clowning when you say it's a juggling system. Go Google and smart shift people. It's real. Yeah, it is real. It's real. Then we have Eagles fan 76 with the $10 super chat. Serious topic. Is the PlayStation 5 flawed? I see a complete revision in 2 more years and PS5 Pro made with some of the missing features in it with the stable clocks too. The system wasn't built around cooling in mind. What do you think of that?
You're right. Even though it's quiet,
it's kind of wild because that thing it's huge.
Yeah,
you would think it would have that in mind, and that's why it's so
it is
big.
quiet. Yeah, and it is quiet.
Erica, you're so right, but it is built around cooling. That big heat sink inside makes it that large. You know?
Yeah.
And we got Smitty Smith with the $5 super chat. PS5 SSD storage. Sorry, I don't see your name on the list. IOP Book of X.
yo.
Smitty is on it today.
Inside the club.
Yeah. There we got Pixelbit G, $2 super chat. Design flaw since PS3. Rebuild the drive. Yeah. I never liked that on the PlayStation. Sometimes you get that, and it'll take forever to rebuild that drive. Hasn't happened to me that much, but it sucks. Jonathan B, $2 super chat. Y'all telling me the PS5 needs hooked on phonics? Wow. Then we have Mariano Pompa with the $5 super chat. That quick resume is chef's kiss with all those games on the hard drives.
Yes. Yeah. That's something that I cannot wait for you to try, Blaze.
What's that?
Quick resume.
It's a utter game changer. Like right now, I haven't played Super Lucky Tail in 3 days, and I just left out of the where I was at on a board. When I go back upstairs to play it, it's gonna be right where I was at.
Wow,
it's out of control. It's really out of control.
That's cool. That is cool, bro.
Yeah.
We got Raiden Blade with the £5 super chat. Look at the price for the Samsung 250 gigabyte SSD. Last year it was expensive, but now look at it. Look at the Xbox solution, 220 for 1 terabyte. So good luck finding a checker. I mean, it's good. Whatever happens with the PlayStation hard drive, it's going to be expensive. It just is. So be ready for that. We got the rubber knob. Yeah, it'll be around the same as the Xboxes.
Same thing.
Yeah. We have the rubber knob with the $5 super chat. Sony be popping out demos and DLCs because they know the PlayStation 5 owners ain't got no storage space for anything else. Jesus Christ.
That was a good one. Not true, but that was good.
He said not true, but that was good. I like that. Then we got Raiden Blade with the £5 super chat. King weaving in and out, trapped in the corner with no escape. Then bam, he slips out of the corner. Great show like always, guys. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
King is built for this. All right, so let's move through these last 2 topics very quickly. Another announcement that they made this week was the return of PlayStation VR, with the next generation PlayStation VR coming at some point during this generation. So I'm glad they're doing this, guys. I'm glad they're doing this because I think when it comes to gaming and the VR space, we still it's not catching on the way I think the people who support it in the gaming space really want to see it. And I think what it would need for that level of support across the board is, again, for a first party to continue to support it. So I'm glad they're doing this. I would have liked to have seen it completely be a wireless thing, but I understand it needs to use the power of the PlayStation. So I get that, but I do hope that it is both, that you can disconnect it and connect it when you want the extra power of the PlayStation. And I'm happy they're doing it because, again, Microsoft doesn't seem interested. Obviously, Nintendo, that's not what they're doing. And, as an owner of an Oculus Quest, I think it's great. But I still don't think that it's pushing that gaming narrative where you would want it to be, right? I think VR is still going to be super huge when it comes to like medical applications, business applications. That's still continuing to thrive and move forward. But it feels like it's stagnated a little bit in the gaming space. And I think we need, like I said, a first party to continue to support it. So I'm glad to see that Sony's going that route. I don't know that we see it anytime soon because they, to sell this hardware, they have to have enough PlayStation 5s in people's hands to justify that. So I don't know that we don't see it for another 2 years, but I'm glad they're doing it. So what do you guys think? I'll go with you first, Blaze.
Yeah, look, so I contacted Sony to get the free adapter. You just go to the website, you put in the serial number to your PSVR. Right. I own 2 PSVRs, and Sony had a big mess up and a big boo-boo in it. Nobody really talked about it, but it was ridiculous. They put out a PSVR with the the box, the breakaway box, right? No HDR support. And then they came out with another one, HDR support. I'm like, God, you know what I mean? So now I had to go out, resell the other one. So it's all good, right? But this next PSVR is going to have one cable. That's it, one cable. And I think they're going to utilize that USB-C. And look, PSVR hasn't really, got a hold on everybody because, look, let's face it. I love PSVR, but I don't use it because it's a hassle, man.
Yeah, it's a huge hassle.
All the wires.
It's a pain in the you-know-what, dude. Just to get it going, like with the breakaway box now, HDR pass-through, it's still cool, but there's still so many wires. It looks sloppy. I don't like it. It's uncomfortable, bro. But everything else about VR, when you put on that helmet, man, I'm serious. It just is so cool. It's so immersive. And like, I feel like, PlayStation's, not only are they leading the PSVR market, right? Because it's so accessible.
They're the only one in the PSVR.
No, but I'm saying on PC, they're beating Oculus, they're beating all those guys.
No, they definitely are.
Yeah.
Yeah, they are. Yeah, they are. No, they are.
No, they are.
In terms of games, yes. In terms of games, again.
No, they're the leaders, King. You know why? Because you have a $400 price entry to get into.
Oh, okay, I thought you were talking about in games purchase. Like in games purchase, I would expect it to be a little bit higher. Well, when you take it in account of the Vive, the Oculus.
No, because you really, if you think about it, like they have maybe 6 million sold on PSVR.
Yeah. Right.
Like when you look at Quest, when you look at the Vive, that's a drop in those aren't selling like that. You would think with the 300 price point for the Quest, but it's just like I said, like in the gaming space, it's not moving the needle that way.
King, you know why? Because the Quest is $300, but now guess what? Now you need a $1,000, $1,500, $2,000 PC if you want to run VR. Properly at the best. You know what I mean? So this way, you buy a PS4 or a PS5, $500. You just plug it in. It's gonna work. You don't got to worry about it. That's
I had the PlayStation VR and I just sold mine, right?
Yeah.
But for those same issues that you said, with the wires, it was actually horrible. And then I had the first one because I jumped in and the HDR passed through. It was hell, literally hell. And then I just left it. I mean, it was fun when I turned it on. It was very immersive. I like the shark game, like when you're going down to the bottom of the ocean. That shark is really scary. It gives you agita. The Resident Evil, I will tell everybody to this is the most horrifying thing that you can
Resident Evil play. 7, that's VR, man.
It's and it looks really good. They had it was 1080p in each eye, and I think they were the only ones doing it at that time. The 1080p in each eye, because I think the Oculus was a little bit lower unless you had it hooked up to your PC. The Vive was the highest rate one. The games were great. I actually got Addict to put on a VR headset at a PAX, so we had a good time with that. I recorded that. I don't know if we put out that footage, but it was one of my best moments. Because he put on the PlayStation, the VR, and it was really fun. I liked their presence at the shows. What I didn't like, again, was the wires. It wasn't cumbersome. It was a bit bothersome. It's disappointing that they're going to have a wire, being that you see Oculus 2 is wireless, and I hear that from the VR community. But in light of what you're saying now, the VR community isn't that strong, and the PlayStation is probably dictating pace. So if they have to have it wired to get the full power out of the PlayStation 5 to utilize these games in the manner that they do, then I think that is the viable option. And like Sovereign said, they need more consoles in the wild for them to take advantage of said power. So 2 years down the line, probably that does happen. And they have a large catalog of games that can actually reach over to the platform. I don't know. I just think it was too premature. I think they was having a lot of negative press early, so they put this out to garner positive press going forward.
I really do think it they're talking about in the chat how there are PC centric apps that are more popular in VR than they are on the PlayStation. And what I mean about PlayStation's popularity is core like games coming to the VR platform, as opposed to like these sort of experiences. Obviously, Half-Life Alyx is absolutely amazing and transformative. Not everybody has the hardware to be able to experience that game the way it's supposed to. So yeah, I just think the PlayStation name, even though like the 6 million compared to the 130 million PlayStations that are out there, is a drop in the bucket. But I do think that PlayStation name matters in terms of the quality of the games you're getting. And at some point, I do think the price point is something that needs to be addressed. If that thing comes in at $400, I don't know that it's going to move the needle very much. If they can get it to 2, no more than 3, and that's pushing it, and it's considerably better than the old one, I think we have something going on.
And you know, the chat saying VR is garbage, VR is just, look, man, can we just look? You see me, I'm a PlayStation guy, but I got all Xbox shit. Like, excuse my language, but like, stop with the like, oh, because if it was on Xbox, you wouldn't be saying this. Anybody that I know that's tried VR, just tried it, that bought it and tried it, doesn't say it's garbage. They might say, hey, look, you know, it got me sick. It's not ready yet. Yeah. It's not ready yet. But nobody ever says it's garbage, unless, you know what I mean? Unless you just, I don't know what to, you know. But if you try it, you wouldn't be saying that, I promise you. If it was on Xbox, you'd be loving it too.
I wish I could play it. I don't have much to say about this, but like because my stomach would not allow it. I would get sick.
Get used to it.
I get motion sickness with like some FPS games, and that's without VR. So
really?
I just it's a thing. So but I mean, I wish I could. No, every time I went to like PSX or something, some event, I stayed away because I didn't want. I feel like it would ruin my whole day. I'd be sick, you know. So I didn't risk it.
Oculus had a thing for people that had that problem, because it's they have the cinema mode, right? When you watch the movies, and I had watched a movie inside the cinema mode, and when you put it on, I think PlayStation does it as well. You sit inside a theater by yourself. You know, you're in this. It's creepy as hell. And you're looking around. There's nobody in there, but there's a giant screen in front of you, so it doesn't move and stuff like that. It just feels like normal. And you're watching the cinema on the larger screen. So for anybody that has like a small television, like a 32-inch or whatever,
that would be cool.
And you put this on, the screen is like 100 like inches. It's crazy.
So this was a Sony thing before the VR headset, right? You remember it was like a mixed reality thing, but it was specifically for that. It was like a 150-inch screen or something like that, right on top of your eyes. It was
bro,
cool.
As you're looking around, you're seeing the seats and like
it's like you're there. Don't they do that like for sporting events and stuff? Like
VR. I don't want to say
that's
PS5.
pretty neat.
VR is awesome, man. It really just try it, man. Don't matter if you try it on your PC. If you don't want to play, don't play. But try it.
You can go to concerts and stuff like that, Erica.
That's cool.
Like I forgot what concert I was looking at, but it's like little demos that they had. Shout out to Christopher Hart, because I told him that I had it, and he recommended a whole bunch of games and stuff, and it was just the barrier of putting all that stuff together. So I think they whittled it down to that one wire, and I think that one wire will help out. But for you, Erica, try to get into like a seating situation, not a standing situation, right?
Yeah, for sure, not standing.
All over. And try to get into a seating situation where you're looking at something that is not so much motion heavy, but that is more of a spectator type of mode, and it's going to be transformative.
I'm sure. I do want to try it eventually. I think I will at some point.
But don't do it standing up.
Don't do Make sure you're
I want to play that Beat Saber. That's the one I really want to play.
Listen, Beat Saber, Tetris Effect, transformative.
Tetris Effect.
I want to play that. That music's awesome in Tetris Effect, because I beat it on PlayStation, just regular PS4.
No.
It'd be cool
Tetris
if
Effect
VR.
In VR, Erica.
It is
different ball game, bro.
Yeah,
send me one, Blaze.
It is.
If you want to try it, I'll send it to you. I swear.
It is something else. So, Attic, what are your thoughts on this, if any?
He got none.
He's like, I'm done. I'll pass. All right. So let's move on to our final topic of the day. Let's tip our 40s and pour one out for Anthem next. After a week of deliberation, I'm assuming EA decided that they were not going to move forward with whatever Anthem next was going to be, and they're now refocusing all of their efforts on making sure that the next Dragon Age and, of course, the next Mass Effect are all they can be. So we talked about this last week, what we thought might happen and what we hoped would happen. And now we got our answer. So tell me what you guys think. Lady Erica, I'll let you go.
Okay, so I played Anthem, like the beta, I think it was.
Mm-hmm.
And I think my husband bought the game and never touched it.
Oh,
just never touched it. It didn't hold my attention. It didn't really do much for me, I guess, at the time. Like, it was kind of cool to here and there play a little bit, but it just wasn't anything special, I guess. I like Dragon Age. I like Mass Effect. I'm happy that they're putting the efforts into those games, but at the same time, like, their resume right now and like what's going on with these games, like Andromeda was kind of a bust. And so I think a lot of people, the consensus anyways, is they're worried about these games, especially Dragon Age. Yeah. People are very worried that, I think at first it was like the what do you call it? Not microtransaction.
It was a service-based game.
Service. That's what I'm looking for. Yeah, service-based.
Yeah.
And now I think they're backtracking on that. It's not going to be that, which is good. That's very good.
So they made a specific announcement regarding that, because that information leaked out, and they had to come out and say like, hey, no, yes, this was our thinking. No, we're going back to making, quote unquote core games. So
So if Anthem had to like die for that, I mean, cool. But it does kind of suck for people who really were looking forward to Anthem. That was one of the biggest disappointments in recent like memory for me that I know of. People, it was hyped. Remember that they showed the open world, like, oh, everything's so interactive. There's so many people and you could talk to anybody, and you get in there and it's like, not like that. It wasn't like that.
Not that at all.
So I think it's just the writing was on the wall. It's not really surprising. It doesn't surprise me at all. I just hope that if they are saying it's for Dragon Age, it's for Mass Effect, we're going to put all our efforts into that. Well, then I hope it shows, because I like Dragon Age. I hope it's good. But I'm just kind of like skeptical, I guess. EA and Bioware, it's kind of, I don't know, man. I'm just skeptical a little bit.
They need W's, that's for sure. And I think the Mass Effect Legendary Edition, that's almost a guaranteed W, unless they mess that up somehow. Almost a guaranteed W.
They're taking out the booties, right? I mean, they're like, we don't want to show the booty on Miranda.
You can't be yet, because apparently the Miranda booty, the thing was that the way the camera panned, it was during like a very emotional scene. So it's like, it just didn't fit. It's like she's just like spilling her guts out and her heart out to you, and it's just focusing on her butt. So they were like, nah.
Welcome to 2021.
Exactly.
Yeah. So I mean,
stupid.
Yeah,
it's silly, but
hashtag bring back my cheek.
Bring back my butt cheek.
The booty.
The community will mod it right back in. The PC
for sure. The PC community is going to bring that right back.
They'll make it bigger too. They'll make it bigger, more luscious. Big back. Yeah, big back.
No doubt. So, Laura King, what are your thoughts on this?
Okay, so I told you guys it was gonna die anyway. I told you it was DOA when they announced the game. I told you guys there was no space for it. See, this is the difference that I feel with the Outriders compared to Anthem, right? A lot of you guys was hype off of Anthem, and I just didn't see the space. I see the space where Outriders fit, right? I see what it can be and what it should be, because after touching it, I see the distinctness when it comes to the enemies, and it makes sense. Anthem never made sense to me. They never showed you what the enemies could be. The enemies were always generic. That was my biggest problem with it. It didn't captivate me in that in the sense that I had to play this game. I wanted to grind for this game. When I was inside their tower looked nice, but again, that's where the bulk of their energy went. They thought the experience in Destiny was in the tower. No, we talked about the tower because that was the main hub where we go get our bounties and our stuff. We go check our reward systems or whatever that happened there. And that's where that happens with Destiny. That's where they left me at. Once I jump off that cliff and I go into the world, the first time is exhilarating. The 45th time, it's really not as exhilarating. Then I'm finally in the same spot. A lot of things didn't happen how they wanted it to happen. I just felt that it never captivated the audience. It was going to die. I didn't think that EA1 had the versatility to pivot when it got in trouble. 2, would allocate the absolute funds needed to maintain this game. 3, have the developers go in and give you the absolute vision that they wanted to give you. And if it wasn't going right, change the vision in a manner that will bring in new users and keep the existing users there. So those 3 things they didn't do, they did not want to do, and they were not willing to do. They did not commit to the game fully. When you commit to a game fully, that's Ubisoft. Ubisoft will save a dying game.
Facts.
For Honor. They turned For Honor into something that's incredible.
Rainbow Six Siege was a dying game.
Yeah, Siege was a big one.
Yeah. Siege right now launches with on Xbox Series X and PlayStation 5 with next generation ray tracing and next generation features like fast loading, quick resume, and all these smart delivery and all this other stuff that they were ready. They continue to support their base, they cultivated it, and they cared. I don't think EA as an entity cares about their properties enough. You guys are really harping on them worrying about Mass Effects. I think it's a cash grab in certain aspects. I don't trust EA with certain IPs. Dragon Age, they let me down with a lot of things. So hopefully they do take these other developers, but that's something that they want us to hear because they're killing off a franchise. So we want to know what's going to happen with the developers and what's going to happen with these resources. And I feel they're just telling us stuff that we want to hear. I don't trust EA for anything at all. So if I think they're going to do something right by me, they have to prove it first. I don't trust them. They're liars. And it has been, on paper that they have done this stuff. So I'm sorry. I don't trust them. I got to see it first.
Yeah, that's for sure. Yeah, I 100% agree with that. They have to, they really have a lot of showing to do. So it's going to be interesting to see, obviously this Mass Effect thing is just, it's everything collected in one. And it's going to be a nice package, and there'll be some nice upgrades. But again, it seems like a guaranteed win. And the real, the real thing is going to be when they start releasing these other games to see if they really listen to the feedback from the community. Attic, what's your thought on this?
I just want to say I told you so. I want to say that from the start. I think one of the times Eric was here is right before Anthem came on. Anthem actually showed up.
Was it?
Yeah. Look,
what were we saying then? Were we like?
I know what I was saying. I was saying the same stuff I'm saying now. Like, game ain't gonna do nothing. I actually have 3 videos on my YouTube channel. This is let's talk about Anthem and why he ain't gonna succeed. And people, Addy, you just hating because you're a Destiny fan. acting like because the demographic of the. Because the demographic that they're targeting, I guess we don't have no say in anything. Like, it's just every game that's come out that's been quote unquote the Destiny killer, they're in the bottom of a barrel somewhere. Like, they done. Like look, like you got to build a foundation that is different than Destiny, and these games continue to try to be the Destiny killer, and the only thing that happens is they kill themselves.
Facts.
Yeah, it's.
Facts.
It's one of those things like when you try to jump into a market that's already saturated and you're coming in with an inferior product and just hopes that just your differentiation from what the top dog is going to be enough to carry you until you get the game right. Maybe at the start of the zeitgeist of something, right? You can't come in 5 years later after an idea is hot and think you're going to be able to catch on. It just doesn't work that way.
And the part that's crazy, Solve, is they have the template. They have what works, what doesn't work. But for some reason, these companies, it's like, Raid's really good with Destiny. Let's not do one.
Let's not do that. Let's not do that.
They don't do the good stuff.
PvP is one of the things that keep Destiny alive, regardless how PvP is right now. Let's not do that.
It's one of those things. It's like we're gonna be different for the sake of being different, even if it's to our detriment, and see if it sticks. And it was never gonna stick. It was never gonna stick in that way. I'm mad just because I'm the dude that hates this type of game, and I didn't want to see Anthem die because I think, in terms of the lore that they were building, the gameplay itself, the actual mechanics of playing the game are fun, and the mechanics are tight. It's just that when you try to apply that to a looter shooter service game, like King said, there's a lot that goes behind that. that you have to be ready for. There are lots of peaks and valleys in developing a game like that, and you have to be ready for all of that. And it just feels like they didn't pay attention to.
What it really is, let's be real. These companies want to put half in, half out. They want to feel like they can just come in there, throw out some loot. Like, first off, there's more to Destiny than just the loot. There's the road to the loot. There's the feeling of actually getting something in Destiny. Yeah. And all these games, they lack that. And that's the part that just blows my mind. It's like, look, like, if you're not going to have PvP, how is it that it took the Division a whole game before they did a raid?
Yeah.
How long has Division 2 been out?
It's years. It's that
they've had one raid.
Yeah. It's the experimentation, trying to be different and see if it sticks. And when you realize it doesn't, then you just look like Me Too. When a year later, you bring out the same thing that the main game is doing.
The Cataclysms and all this stuff would be fantastic. And shout out to Green Mason and his
literally just Nightfalls.
That's all it was.
Just Nightfalls.
What people don't get when we play Destiny and when we talk about endgame stuff, because we're doing endgame stuff today. I play my raids, I do my raids, and I made sure that we learn every aspect of it so we can run every part of our clan through this stuff, and we learn the stuff. It's fun mechanics that we're learning, and we're growing as a team. It's team building skills. It makes you more sociable. I love what Destiny does to the community, right? It brings gamers closer. And I can't wait for it to be cross-play on all platforms so I can play with my PlayStation brethrens over there and, stuff like that. I think that stuff is needed. Anthem should have tried stuff in that vein. They should have tried cross-play across all boards. They should have tried to remove as many barriers as possible to get everybody in as much as possible, to get the community tighter. I didn't see that effort. They said Cataclysms and they said this stuff and they promised these things and they never lived up to their promises. When you don't live up to your promises, then it falls on deaf ears at a period of time and you just start talking and nobody's listening. This is what happened to Anthem. Nobody was listening. Nobody was listening to the cries, and it dies that way.
And if you look at the effort that was put forth, by EA to sort of quote unquote save it, they allowed 30 people to work on theoretically show us what you're going to do with Anthem. Basically, they allowed 30 people to work on this, and you're setting it up to fail, right?
Well, let me address Slow-Mo real quick. Slow-Mo says Division has 2 raids in the Division 2 Addict, and raids are not necessary for a loot shooter. They're not necessary, but they sure do help. Like
just
Slow-Mo,
content in general.
Like don't look. Cool. They have 2 raids. You know what's crazy? The second raid was so whack I didn't even know it existed. So it is what it is. Like, look, I'm not going to sit here and argue with you about the Division when Ubisoft don't even know what they want to do with the game.
I think the thing about when you look at Destiny as the archetype of the one they're all trying to emulate, the thing about Destiny is those raids, I'm not a Destiny guy, but I have to admit those raids make you work together in a way that forces, it forces you to focus on the task at hand, and it amplifies the fun for people who are really into it and are really into the mechanics of it. And these raids are very, mechanically, they're very deep. This is something that, again, you have to really plan this out for this stuff to work and still find the fun in it. I can't say anything bad about Destiny raids because to me, when all the other side stuff, the grinding and stuff is done, what every Destiny player points to is that damn raid.
What's the difference between Anthem, between the Division? You know what the difference is between them and Destiny? Vault of Glass.
Yeah.
Because when Vault of Glass came out, it showed people what in-game content really is.
Could be.
And you can you could throw this little persona up, Slow-Mo, that no one plays Destiny for the raids, which is completely false. Well, I mean, you didn't technically say that. You said that these type of games don't need a raid to be at their height.
Destiny, no raid, no Destiny.
Yeah, I literally wouldn't play Destiny But we gotta wrap up. Let's go.
Yeah, we gotta wrap it.
So as long as there's content, let's just say it that way. Like it just needs content.
No, I don't want content. I want raids.
Yo, BioWare. Let me
then
just
you a
say
raid
this.
guy then.
Let's finish out with Blaze.
They ruined 2 games at the same time. They had BioWare's B team working on Andromeda. They screwed up Mass Effect series for people, and then they screwed up BioWare's reputation, and then ruined Anthem. Like Anthem was never. You could clearly see what Anthem was trying to be, but they just couldn't get. The game was beautiful, right? I was like, wow, you're flying around like you said, but then it gets old. It's like, all right, what are we really doing? There's no foundation here. Like, what is the point of doing this, right? And like Attic said, the Vault of Glass is just memorable, man. That, like, you're never gonna forget the first time you went through the Vault of Glass, bro. You'll never forget it, bro. I never forget when I got the Fatebringer or the Vex Mythoclast, and I'm like screaming. I'm like, yo, what? Come on, man. Like, but I will say this, man. Ubisoft, not to get off topic a little, but Ubisoft gets a lot of flack, bro. But Ubisoft, you know, hey, man, they try, man. You know, whether it's whack or
every time a game that I'm passionate about dies, I'm like, why didn't Ubisoft make that?
And I beat the Division 2 everything. I beat everything in the Division 2. I loved it. I played the hell out of it. It's great. But I think that the thing is, what Destiny 2 is, Destiny, you're shooting aliens. So when you're shooting, we don't know what these people are. You're shooting these, you know, we don't know what they are.
Division.
Yeah. But you're shooting the Division guy that looks like Blaze with a hoodie 1,000 times. It don't make sense.
He's spongy. Yeah.
So
that's what I always didn't like.
King. Slow-mo says, but that is Destiny. Not every loot shooter needs that. It's funny because Destiny fans claim every loot shooter wants to be Destiny, but when it doesn't do that kind of content, well, guess what, Slow-mo? Those other games, they're not successful.
But Attic, didn't they say like only 10 or 15% even completed the raid? And they still play Destiny every day, but people don't even touch the raid because they can't get enough people involved.
And I think the raid stuff, when it comes to if you really love that teamwork aspect of it, but I think like So Shady in the chat said, I have 1,000 hours in Destiny, not 100, never done a raid. But again, I think the loop is also addictive to a certain type of player, right? Like if I had the time to invest in Destiny, Shady, I would be lost in that loop.
Shady, I would tell you this, right? And I would tell everybody, to add me on Xbox. Add me on Xbox, all right? It's called King David OTW. Add me on Xbox. I'm on Destiny all day, every day. If you need one of those Grandmaster Nightfalls, we can work you through it. We will take one person through the raid so you can see what the content is. Shady, it will open up a whole different aspect of your Destiny playing a raid with us. It's a different level, it's different things. It's certain guns that you get out of the raid that you can't get anyplace else. And those guns are actually necessary to do other aspects of the game. It makes the game easier. So, I mean, not to beat the dead horse. Anthem is dead. We knew it was going to die. It was just a matter of time. It came in on life support, and they decided to pull a plug. I honestly thought that they would have been smart enough to double down, make Anthem 2, make it better, and push forward. They didn't do it. They didn't see the viability in it, and only EA knows the metrics that they do have, and they know the cost and the loss that they are suffering. So with that note, that's dead. We're done. And
RIP Anthem. RIP Anthem. We never knew you. Unfortunately.
Never knew you.
Never knew you. Unfortunately, it had to die for hopefully for other things to be better. So, but we will see. That remains to be seen. So
don't trust them.
Big shout out to everyone who rocked with us today. 3+ hours again when we said we weren't going to do it.
You lied like EA.
Of course.
EA kills all their franchises, bro.
Lying bastards that we are. So
we pulled a Lion Ryan right now. It's crazy. Full circle.
Lion Ryan, exactly. So big shout out to our guest, Lord 4K, Blaze 4K, and of course, Lady Erica for the win. Lady Erica, where can we find you?
My name I think is on the thing. Ericutz for the win. That's my name everywhere. So you want to find me on Twitch? I'm there. YouTube, Twitter, even TikTok. I made a TikTok recently. You want to see some clips?
Oh, really?
I'm kind of doing the thing.
I just put her Twitter in the chat.
Yeah, you can find all my stuff through there. I always post like when I'm live and all that stuff. But thank you guys so much for having me. I wanted to give you guys some freaking credit right now because the glow up with this podcast, man. The first time I think I was on, you guys maybe had 100 people, maybe in the chat.
10 people.
Yeah.
Maybe
family
less?
members, just family members.
Yeah,
That's
it's like family members,
Friends and family.
friends, sock accounts. Nah, but like the glow up, you guys, man, you run a tight ship. You guys got it going on here. And I just want to give you guys respect. Like you're doing a great thing. And ever since I've been a guest, like with you guys, it started to open my mind of like, these are what podcasts can be. Because, you know, I was kind of in this bubble of like, these smaller podcasts, you know, kind of like all over the place, yelling over each other and things like that. And I came on here and I realized like, man, you guys, this could really be, you know, on a professional level and like at this level, and you guys got it. So I just wanted to tell you guys that keep it going, and everybody hit the like button. You guys deserve it. And that's it. Thanks for having me.
Thank you so much, Erica. Like I tell you, like all praise be to COG on that one, because COG is the one that gives organization to this. Otherwise, it is literally the animals running the zoo. Like it really is.
You guys are great. You guys are great. You deserve it. So
thank you
keep
so
it going.
much. Lord Blaze, where you gonna be at, man?
Yeah, man. You can follow me on Blaze4K, YouTube, Twitter. Erica, what you just said is what I've been preaching to Addict, to Cognito, to King, to all. Look, these guys have a structured podcast, bro. There's no Cognito told me 1,000 times. When I'm on Discord with Cognito and Addict, you know, I'm swearing, I'm incognito like 1,000. But my first time's like, yo, Blaze, no swearing, all right? You know what I mean? I know, do your thing, but just don't swear. I'm like, all right. And before I get off, yo, Blaze, all right, I'll see you tomorrow. Yo, remember, no swearing. And it's like, bro, he's dead serious about this stuff. And and when you come on here, you just feel like your time, you're being respected.
Valued.
You feel valued. And not only that, the chat, bro, it's super chat. Everybody just feels valued. It feels like a family. And honestly, I just like doing it. I just like being around you guys. Sav, you're a great guy, bro.
Thank you, brother.
Addict, you know, you already know what it is. King, you already know what it is. I just need that.
Love, family.
But,
and I
appreciate it, guys.
Blaze's Twitter in the chat too.
Yo, Blaze, remember, stick around. I want you to hear that song that I'm listening to.
Anybody who comes on this podcast knows that after you come, you know how, like with me, with friends, like when you come to my house the first time, I serve you one time when you come to my house. If you come to my house after that with any sort of regularity, the fridge is right there. Yeah, the fridge is right. You're home. Yeah. The fridge is right there. And that's the way I consider you guys. Like, you know, people who've been on our podcast multiple times and come on, that's family. That's family. You guys come in and, you know, we don't necessarily need the pomp and circumstance because we just jump right into our flow. And the flow is just natural. So. And that's thanks to you guys as well, because you guys come in and you could tell you guys feel comfortable around us and talking to us. So fantastic having you. We really appreciate it. Obviously, when COG is not here, things could go left. Well, I think we did okay.
Yeah, so, good job.
The wizard behind the curtain, Lord Addict. Thank you, sir. Where you been? Where you going? What are you doing?
Go back to bed. So
I think
it's go rest.
No doubt. Thank you, Lord Addict. Much appreciated. Lord King, where can people find you? Talk about the King of Statues and everything you're doing.
Well, first of all, I want to thank Erica4thewin for coming through. TikTok, Erica. I gotta check it out.
I'm doing the thing, you know.
I gotta check it out. I do appreciate it. I love the cat. The cat walked through, was like, I love buffet.
I love buffet.
She came at the right time with her, you know, buffet talk. Yeah.
I do appreciate it. I do appreciate you coming through. I do appreciate you giving your time. And like I said before, your voice is the loudest voice because that's the voice that all these people want to hear. They want to hear the female demographic that plays multiple consoles, that is agnostic, that is a gamer, a true gamer. You know, and your name says it all, Erica4thewin. You know, if you want to pick, you want to win, you better pick Erica.
I appreciate that. That means a lot. Thank you.
Yo, I do appreciate it. And my man Blaze, my man does not run from any smoke, and he keeps it a buck. Like to come on this week when it was like L after L after L after L after L, and still come in and spar and hold his own 100%. I don't give him kid gloves. He knows. I give him, you know,
And Blaze, you know you got to come to that whatever E3 Microsoft does this year. You got to be in that reaction show. You know that, right?
Yeah, he'll be there. He'll be there. That's my dude. Much respect. Like I said, if I get my hands on a Series X, I'm gonna hit you up to get that to you.
I'm not playing, bro. I'll catch it.
You know I'm not capping.
Yeah.
I get my hands on it. I'll slide it your way. Thank you guys for coming out. Okay, so you guys that follow me, you'll notice that KOS has been a little bit off the radar. It's been off the radar because you've been seeing me doing live unboxings with Hulkbuster, $6,000 there and a couple of thousands over here. And this last one I just did, which was Green Goblin, XM Green Goblin. I'm changing everything around. I'm doing the red room is being done, the black and purple room is being done, and this room is being done as well because I'm doing the Magic Cases. The Magic Cases is upstairs, so I'm doing that. So from going from live unboxing,
you had to take the hot tub out of the purple room, put shelves in there.
It's nice. So from going from live unboxings from on DCX, y'all can check them out over there. KOS is coming because I'm gonna have a different format where it's going to be like a sit down and talk with the statue type of thing. It's gonna be very nice. I'm doing that, and also boxing is kicking back up. So Combat Talk with the King will be showing back up. We're starting to get fights that we want to see. You can catch me on Twitter. That is King David OTW, same name on Xbox Live, on my PlayStation Live, on my PlayStation account, which I still haven't got into.
It's still frozen?
You know what? I send the link and I say, send me the link so I can reset my password. I really don't care because I haven't been playing it, right? So it's a thing like, if you're not accessing it, it doesn't matter. But it's Xbox 360 Lover 01. And when it does matter...
That's your name on PSN?
Yeah, Xbox 360 Lover 01. I got a little monkey avatar because I love Ape Escape. I love it. So if you see me,
you gotta change that.
Change that name, King. Come on.
Oh, I'm never.
That's why they're blocking them.
I'm never gonna change it because I love it. And they allow me to do it. And think about it.
You imagine him calling Sony like, yeah, and what's your username and password?
Xbox 360 Lover 01.
He just gets a dial tone.
Yeah, but think about it this way. I could not put Xbox 360 Lover because somebody else had it.
Oh.
Boy. Okay. Right? So that means I didn't think about that all by myself. So somebody out there has that name by themselves, and I had to put an 01 behind it because I was going to keep that name. But I do appreciate everybody that did come out, everybody that did rock with us. I do appreciate all your time. I do appreciate all your super chats. And I do appreciate when we got knocked off, y'all came right back even stronger.
Fantastic.
Again, I'm going to tell you guys, please go to everbornsaga.com. Go purchase some merch. Go support. Go to his Kickstarter. Hit his Kickstarter up. Let's get this game out and into the wild, and let's make him a Game Pass developer. Let's let Microsoft or Sony. I don't even care if he gets into PlayStation Now. I will buy PlayStation Now if his game gets launched into PlayStation Now. I will support him anywhere I can. I don't care if he's in Epic Store. I will support him there. I will support him in Steam. Wherever the hell his game is launched at, I'm going to support him. But please, guys, let's get out there because this guy is a single father taking care of his kid. He's worked up the bootstraps. Watch the old show, last week's show, to see his story, to see his journey. And he's everybody. You know, he's all of us. He's each and every last one of us. He's a struggling artist, and he's our comrade. Let's help him out. Let's see what we can do for this guy. Let's get it done.
Wow.
No doubt. Well said, King. Well said. Everborn is an awesome guest, awesome story, man. Again, he comes from where we come from. Got a special place in my heart for that dude's story and his journey. So I'm happy to support, and you guys should as well. For me, you know where I'm going. I'm going to work, unfortunately. This is what I do. This is what I do. So you can catch me, Lord South ILP on Twitter, retweeting everything under the sun, and of course, BX Sovereign on PSN and Xbox Live. Big shout out to everybody who rocked with us the entire way. You guys are amazing in the chat, fighting amongst each other, but let's keep it civil, everyone. Of course, big shout out to our two guests. Like I said, you guys are family. Come back here anytime. You know, doors always open. Doors always open. And you guys remember to check out The Last Word with Ebontis and Lord Cognito this past week. I don't think Cognito was on, but they had Ty Guy Travis on. And we're talking about the recent delay in this upcoming season for Destiny 2. But I think Bungie and Destiny are in a fantastic place, man. They're bulking up for some big things down the road. So it looks
Microsoft.
But it's because I care, because they might actually make a game I care about now. Again, that's why I care. I care about the new IP, not Destiny.
Oh, wow, this is ridiculous.
And beyond that, like I said, check out lordsofgaming.net. Our fantastic writers over there for the latest in gaming news and pop culture. Like we have such a big variety of articles and new writers coming onto the site. Fantastic stuff these guys are doing. They work so damn hard. So check out lordsofgaming.net for all of your news. And like I said at the top of the podcast, give a big shout out, love, good thoughts, good vibes to Lord Dizzy. Keep him in your thoughts, keep him in your prayers. All right.
I want to say one thing about the lordsofgaming.net. Lordsofgaming.net has got writers' jobs in the industry, right? So if you're looking to take this serious and you're looking to get your foot in the door, make sure that you sign up for lordsofgaming.net to be a writer, to be some form of journalist, to get your written work out there, to get your paces, to get through it. And I urge you to go to look at lordsofgaming.net. Every time I go to the website, it puts a tear in my eye, because we're challenging IGN and these big sites. We want it to be EGM. That's Electronic Gaming.
Bro, that website's so professional.
And I believe we own it. So,
it's so professional, that website.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah. So absolutely fantastic job over there. So once again, thank you everyone for joining us. Enjoy the rest of your Sunday, and we are out.
Watch this outro.